हाय यस हम लोग सॉल्यूशन चैप्टर की प्रैक्टिस करने वाले यूजिंग दिस ऐप यू कैन सी राइट हियर यू नो डाउनलोड द ऐप राइट अवे अभी तो मैं आपको साथ स्क्रीन शेयर करूंगा विल सॉल्व क्वेश्चंस टुगेदर इफ यू लाइक इट देन या एब्सोल्युटली डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिंक है यू कैन डाउनलोड द ऐप फ्रॉम द प्ले स्टोर और फ्रॉम द ऐप स्टोर इफ यू आर ऑन iOS सो लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड हम लोग एक दो सवाल एज यूजुअल करेंगे यू नो ऑन दिस प्रेजेंटेशन और दैट एंड मोस्ट क्वेश्चंस विल डू यूजिंग the app practice. What is the app practice? This is the app practice. You know how to get there? Well, ये है app. When you get into the app, this is what it'll show you, right? Maybe I know मैंने एक दो बार already कर चुका हूँ, but I'll do it just one or two times so you get familiarized with this. Go to the section you want, search for the chapter. Oh, I think मैं आगे चला गया. Solutions. आगे चला गया. We'll do that. How you doing? How you doing? 12th grade के solutions is the first chapter. I've done the theory inside out and मैं थोड़ा नीचे चला गया. I had it open. It was right after solid state. Yeah, right here. So you go here, there are multiple stages and all that. We'll do that. उसको करेंगे हम लोग. उससे पहले, before we start with all of this, I'm going to quickly move on to the other side. Da-da-da-da. And we will change this and we'll solve this question, which is quite direct. ये वाला question काफी direct है. इसमें ज़्यादा दिमाग लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है, right? So how are you feeling about this? On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you with this chapter solutions generally? Let me know in the comments. And yeah, I know I was supposed to do this session with you a little bit earlier, but थोड़ी तबीयत खराब हो गई थी. Now much better. Are you able to hear me and see me clearly? I should get that out of the way, right? आवाज आ रही है, मैं दिख रहा हूँ and all of that. देखो, isotonic solutions. What is an isotonic solution? This is an easy one, right? Solute and solvent both are same. Osmotic pressure is same. Solute and solvent may or may not be the same. Solute is the same. Solvent may be different. What is isotonic anyway? Isotonic का मतलब क्या होता है? कोई मुझे बताएगा? Isotonic means same osmotic pressure, right? Osmotic pressure has to do with the colligator property. Let me write that down quickly. Okay, cool. Hold on one moment. Select color. Pi. What is pi? Osmotic pressure, right? And this depends on, well, I, C, R, T. Isotonic matlab same this. Now, what is the difference? Solute and solvent दोनों सेम होना चाहिए? I don't think so. I don't think दोनों सेम होना चाहिए. What do you think? आपको लगता है दोनों सेम होना चाहिए? मुझे तो नहीं लगता है. If you think so, let me know why. But I don't think so. Why would you think कि solute and solvent same होगा? That makes no sense, right? Osmotic pressure is same. Okay. Yeah, this is literally the definition. ये वाला तो सही होगा. Maybe एक से ज़्यादा सही हो सकता है. Okay, because JEE, advanced, main, whatever. Let's keep all options open. Okay. Solute and solvent may or may not be the same. Okay, we'll look at what C option को देखते हैं. Last option is solute is always the same, solvent may be different. This makes no sense, right? This is like saying कि मैं NaCl डाला मैंने पानी में, and then I'm going to put it in say acetone. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Just random example. This one is weird. We're going to cut that out. आपको क्या लगता है? Inputs, please. Inputs would be great on this from you guys because this practice session is for you. Solute and solvent may or may not be the same. Yeah, absolutely, right? Osmotic pressure same है, मतलब ये product same है. Temperature times concentrations times I, right? So I could have something like say KCl, जिसकी I value 2 है, and I take the concentration to be 0.5, versus glucose, which is a completely different substance, completely different solute, जिसकी I is obviously 1 and concentration is 1 molar, right? इन दोनों का I value, I mean I into C is going to be the same, which makes the isotonic pressure, which makes them isotonic, right? So yeah, solute and solvent may be the same, may not be the same. यहाँ मैंने solvent दोनों में पानी लिखा है, पानी भी solvent भी अलग हो सकता है, right? It's only the product that has to remain constant, mathematically speaking. Yeah. So that's the answer to this question. Yes. Hi Alam ji. Hello. How are you doing? कैसे हैं आप? कैसा लग रहा है? This I feel should be answered. So did you follow this? There are two options that will be right over here: B and C. Okay. Let's now move on to the app practice, the actual app practice. Okay. Here you go. That's your screen, and I'm going to show you my screen to you as well. एक minute. Mouse भाई साहब कहाँ गए? Here's the mouse. Okay. I'm going to move on to the other side so you can see this clearer. Yeah. I just find it to be easier to point right over here. Okay. So let's look at this first question over here. Oh, which of the following do you think is the solution? इसमें से एक से ज़्यादा सही सवाल हो सकते हैं. That's interesting. I did need questions and we had a similar question to begin with. PDF कैसे मिलेगा? PDF कैसे मिलेगा? What do you mean a PDF? I'm doing a practice session using the app. You want a PDF of the, I don't understand what you're talking about. We were doing our practice. Okay, इससे एक ज्यादा करेक्ट हो सकता है. Which of these do you think is the solution? Bronze. Bronze क्या है? Bronze is an alloy. I'm just going to write alloy right now. किस चीज को alloy? We'll see. दूसरी चीज क्या है? भेलपुड़ी. We're going to cut that out. That's not the answer. Air. Air is interesting. Air is interesting. Let's say nitrogen, oxygen plus more things. Okay. And sugar and water. Okay. आउट ऑफ दिस मुझे पहला और तीसरा तो क्लियरली पता चल रहा है कि सोल्यूशन है. क्यों? एन एलॉय इज अ सॉलिड सॉलिड सोल्यूशन, राइट? यू नो दिस, राइट? ये तो आपको आइडिया है कि दो सॉलिड्स का सोल्यूशन इज बेसिकली एन एलॉय. ओके, ग्रेट. व्हाट अबाउट एयर? इज एयर अ सोल्यूशन और नॉट? Well, that's interesting. Sugar and water is definitely is a solution. So I'm going to mark this. Sugar and water मैंने mark कर दिया, bronze mark कर दिया. What about bhelpuri and air? Bhelpuri obviously is not. Air. I am not so sure about air. I'll tell you why it is and why it is not. मैं आपको दोनों के आर्गुमेंट दे सकता हूँ. For now, I will not select it. We'll see what this question says. Okay. Yeah, see, it's saying oops, I was silly. मतलब looks like this must be the correct answer, right? मतलब air भी शायद होना चाहिए यहाँ पे. Let's look at the hint. It's saying there's a hint over here. Try searching examples. Cannot be separated into distinct phases. Yeah, air cannot be separated into distinct phases. ठीक है. उस point of view से solution बोल सकते हैं. ठीक है. Cool. But here's the thing, right? It is heterogeneous mixture because जो हवा मैं I am breathing in right now, that has a particular like because it's a closed room, it has a one composition. If I go out, the composition is different. So I don't know if it's completely homogeneous or not. But anyway, ठीक है, it is so it is. Okay, how about this question? Madame Curie was studying solution chemistry. She was reading that dissolution happens with ionic crystals in water, where ions get separated and the salt gets dissolved. She had some magnesium oxide crystals. Okay, MgO tha unke paas lying around. Being a scientist, she decided to test it out. She tried to mix MgO with water, but she observed that MgO did not mix with water. Okay, this is the next slide. I'm going to take another slide like this. We are saying that MgO does not mix with water. Okay. Alamji, if you are talking about notes, what type of notes are you talking about? I did not follow. It does not mix with water. मतलब कि does not dissolve. इसका क्या मतलब है? ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे options है. Entropy of water was too high. MgO was not ionic. Madame Curie was mistaken. The lattice energy of MgO was higher than that of water. It could have dissolved if Madame Curie had given it more time. What concept is it testing? Is testing अगर मैं किसी चीज को dissolve कर सकता हूँ, so what are the forces that are involved in dissolution? That's the idea it's testing. Okay. So, since MgO is basically an ionic solid, right? Let's assume that it is ionic. Nothing else is given. So, we'll say कि ionic है. ठीक है. Okay. What processes do I need to go through? You're in 12th grade. You know in thermodynamics, you do 1 step or 10 steps. It's the same thing, right? Delta H value is the same. That's the idea we're going to use over here to analyze this question. Okay. Ionic है. मतलब कि it's a solid. So first, I'm going to break it down into ions. Mg2 plus O2 minus. Gaseous ions, हाँ ठीक है, solid से gas बना दी हम लोगों ने. Yeah, theoretical है. Ions को हम लोग break कर रहे हैं, ठीक है. Next step, this is called as lattice enthalpy. Okay, the next step is to convert this into aqueous ions. मतलब कि surrounding it with a lot of water molecules. This is known as hydration या फिर solvation. Solvation is a general term. Hydration enthalpy is what we should be talking about because यहाँ पानी है. Okay. Now, why does all this matter? Because ये dissolve नहीं हो रहा है. अगर dissolve नहीं हो रहा है तो इन दोनों का सम में कुछ गड़बड़ी हो रही है. Lattice enthalpy is energy supplied. मतलब आप एनर्जी डाल रहे हैं लैटिस को तोड़ने के लिए. देखो, lattice enthalpy can be defined as two ways. Sometimes you define it as energy required to break the lattice. Other times you will say कि it is energy released when the lattice is formed. दोनों चीज आप कर सकते हो, ठीक है? I know this may be a little confusing. Depending on the definition, right now I'm using the definition of lattice enthalpy कि हम लोग जो lattice को तोड़ रहे हैं. So it is energy supply. I'm going to use a different color over here. So this is positive energy. What about this? ये है negative energy. क्योंकि what's happening here? This is surrounded by a lot of water molecules. यही तो hydration का मतलब है. Mg2 plus will come to, oxygen molecule will come close to it. O2 minus यहाँ पे H atoms will come, not oxygen molecules, oxygen atoms will come close to this. और बहुत ढेर सारे होंगे. So this surrounding or protection, so to speak, of these ions with water molecules, इसी को हम लोग hydration बोलते हैं. So in a way you're kind of forming bonds. इसलिए this energy is negative. This is all from thermodynamics. All the basics are from thermodynamics. ठीक है. अब ये सब कहानी का मतलब क्या हुआ कि I have to add Le, let's say lattice enthalpy, plus He, hydration enthalpy, and if overall, if I get negative, then it's great. If the overall delta H of let's say solution, right, अगर पूरा negative है, then thermodynamically it is possible to mix it. मैं thermodynamics क्यों बोल रहा हूँ? Because कभी-कभी thermodynamics possible, तब भी kinetics नहीं, kinetically नहीं होता. But ठीक है, thermodynamics is possible. Okay. Looking at these options, which one do you think makes sense? अगर नहीं हो रहा है, मतलब कि hydration enthalpy is lower than that of lattice enthalpy, right? Or lattice enthalpy is more positive. That's the point of this. Entropy of water is too high. This option is weird. MgO is not ionic. That's a funny option, but could be true. But right now we're going to say that's not true. Yeah, this one makes sense. Lattice energy of MgO is higher than the hydration energy of water. I like this one. I like this one. Lattice enthalpy of MgO is higher than the hydration energy of water. इसीलिए तो वो ज़्यादा positive हो गया. Delta H is positive, hence this process does not happen. Last one is saying it would have dissolved if Madame Curie had given enough time. Saying kinetics नहीं favor हो रहे, but with common knowledge we're going to go with this. Let's check the hint anyway. Break down ionic bonds. Water needs sufficient energy, right? That's the hint. And this is what it's talking about. You see this image right here? This image में वही चीज describe कर रहा है. So if you want, you could check the app out, check these questions out as well. NaCl का example यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है. पानी है. Sodium को surround कर रही है. Those red things, those are oxygen atoms, and those grayish things, I don't know if you can see that, they're kind of small, right? ये यहाँ पे right in the middle. Yeah, those are the hydrogen ions, hydrogen atoms connected to oxygen molecules, right? Those surround the Cl minus. All right, perfect. Very nice, very nice, very nice. This was the answer to this one. All right, next one. एक चीज बहुत जल्दी रिजॉल्व करता है जब Y में डालो और दूसरा जो है धीरे करता है. So I can conclude that substance X has more solubility than substance Y. What do you think about this? हम लोग टाइम की बात कर रहे हैं. टाइम की कैसे बात कर सकते हैं? टाइम की बात कर सकते हैं क्या? Do you think it's possible to talk about time here? What do you think? Alam, I think you've gone offline, but yeah, if you're talking about PDF as such, I can make PDFs out of this and send it to you. Telegram channel पे है, description में links हैं. You can also go to the bento links here, join the Discord group and all of that. We can do that. Anyway, yeah, you're talking about that? Okay. Anyway, so यहाँ पे ये सवाल बोल रहा है कि substance X dissolves very fast when put into solvent Y. यहाँ पे speed of dissolution की बात हुई है. That has, let's write that down. Speed of dissolution doesn't sound like a valid thing, right? What is speed of dissolution? जल्दी dissolve हो गया, धीरे dissolve हुआ. I don't think this has anything to do with the quantity of stuff and all. ठीक है, हो सकता है कि जल्दी dissolve हुआ, वो ज़्यादा dissolve होगा, हो सकता है, maybe. But that may not always decide कितना quantity dissolve होगी. Yeah? Roy, नहीं, ऐप पे कुछ नहीं करना है. मतलब, if you want, you can do it later on. Right now, you can just give me your inputs, Roy, right here. And I'll go through it, right? Depending on what inputs you give me, we'll go through the questions. That's what we're going to do. Yeah? If that was not clear, Roy. If you haven't been checking out my earlier sessions on the JEE and NEET channels, I've done a couple of them already. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through this, right? So what do you think the answer to this, Roy, is? True or false? And anybody else who's also on the chat. Iska answer true hoga ya false hoga? And these are questions I have not seen before. Well, I may have seen them because I made some of them and I also did a NEET session. But I know what questions coming next is what I'm saying. You know, neither do you. And if you open up the app, there's high likelihood you'll also get different questions because it depends on your activity on the app and all of that. So I don't think this is true, right? Speed of dissolution has nothing to do with quantity of dissolution because quantity of dissolution will depend on what? Depend on KSP. What is KSP? You remember this? If I have something, let's say mx, right? It gives me mn plus x y minus, right? Then अगर ये बहुत ढेर सारे मुझे आयन्स देगा, कितने हो ये y हो गए, इसके n हो गए, बहुत ढेर सारे आयन होगा, तो it will be m power y. क्यों लिखा मैंने mn plus नहीं लिखा मैंने, just take it as one. Let's be happy with life. ठीक है, वो कर लेना तुम लोग. तो KSP इधर is simply m times x. ठीक है, and जितनी इसकी वैल्यू होगी, you are used to solubility products being very small. इसलिए आपको you may find it weird if I say कि KSP value can be 10 power 3 also. It can be very, very high. Like there are questions that I can find KSP of say NaCl also. इसका भी मैं निकाल सकता हूँ. It will be a very big value, but it's possible to get this. It's possible to get this as well. False says Shilpa. Yes, Roy, I agree with you. आप दोनों बोले बिल्कुल सही. It's false, right? Doesn't make sense. Yeah, absolutely. And why is it false? Because the quantity of stuff does not depend on how quick it gets resolved. You guys are absolutely right. Shilpa and Roy, yeah, absolutely. Good job. Let's think about this for a moment. You know that extra fire faster, but yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Solubility is about how much gets resolved, nothing to do with time. Okay, Henry's law can constant respective of gas. This one's false clearly. We don't have to spend time on this, right? You guys are good. Now let's pick up the pace now. Yeah, I was explaining properly because I didn't see too much activity in the chat. But if you guys are here and you're able to figure this out, then great. This is false, right? Roy, Shilpa, yeah, this is false. I don't think about this one. Henry's law gas constant. It depends on the gas, right? It can't be constant with respect to the gas. That makes no sense. This is interesting. Liquid solutions. जब solvent solvent intermolecular forces are stronger than solvent solute, then process होगा endothermic exothermic. अरे वाह, बढ़िया सवाल. Okay, so let me do one thing. I will put a screenshot of these questions on the app. Yeah, I mean on the PPT, because as Mohammed Alam was saying, we can do that. We can maybe take screenshots so that as notes I can share this with you on the Telegram channels. And बाद में भी अगर आप इसको देखो तो you can check it out. Sure, I like the idea as well. Hold on, let me put the question right over here. मैंने इसको डाल दिया है. Okay, liquid solutions. Okay, liquid solution मतलब ideal है, non ideal है? Does it say? Oh, it is obviously non ideal. पहली चीज है कि non ideal solution है, क्योंकि they're saying that intermolecular forces are stronger than solvent. Let's say AA are stronger than AB. This is what it means, right? If you write like this, does it make sense? Solvent greater than solvent solute. This is what it means. Is this going to be endothermic or exothermic, or it can be either? What do you think? आपको क्या लगता है? I think we can exclude this last option over here. और नीचे थोड़ा. We can exclude this last option over here. Right? Delta H is not equal to 0. Why? Because delta H should be 0 only for ideal solutions. Okay? For non-ideal solution, not maybe. This is non-ideal clearly. Okay. So if solute, I mean, if solvent and solute interactions were better, stronger than those between solute and solvent, that means मुझे थोड़ी energy डालनी पड़ेगी for the whole thing to actually happen, right? I think it should be endothermic too, Roy. Shilpa says Shilpa is saying A, endothermic. मुझे भी endothermic लग रहा है. But whatever you say, we will put it. That's another thing. This is not what I say. This is what the students say. You guys active in the chat. If you say it's exothermic, I will mark exothermic. And then we'll see what the app says. It will also tell us what to do. देखो इसमें भी hint है. चलो, since the folks on the chat have a differing opinion, let's take the hint. Hint लेते हैं हम लोग. मुझे तो endothermic लग रहा है. Yeah. आप में से कुछ लोगों को exo, कुछ लोगों को endo लग रहा है. So let's see the hint. What is the hint? Check the energy formation and energy absorption and bonds formation. वही तो हमने किया है. That's what we just did here. That doesn't help. So you guys, can you guys come to a conclusion and say which one will be endo or exo? कौन सा mark करूँ मैं? A या B? What do you think? It can't be both. That is clear. It's either one or the other. Try marking exo. ठीक है. Roy बोला तो करते हैं. Whoa! Look at that. Roy is right. अरे, so Shilpa and Roy. That's interesting. This is weird. I don't know if this is correct. This is saying solvent. Hold on. Liquid solution and solvent intermolecular is stronger than. Yeah, I don't think this is right. I think it should be A2. Tuhin says exo. I have a feeling a question galat ho gaya hai idhar, which we'll fix later. Let's see what exactly happening. A stronger breaking weaker. There's a lot to read. Yes, look at this. It's marked the wrong one. It should be endothermic. ये solution पूरा बिल्कुल सही लिखा है. देखो last शब्द में लिखा है endothermic, but the option marked is exothermic. Let me send it to my friends. अच्छा है, इस तरीके से हमारा ऐप का एक अच्छा सा QA भी हो जा रहा है. सही है. गुलशन, he's awesome. He's helping out this. इसको has to be changed to endothermic. Now exo is marked, although answer में endo लिखा है. आप लोग समझ गए ना endo क्यों है? Ignore the funny thing on the app. Yeah, Task failed successfully. Roy and Tuhin. Tuhin, Shubhra, do you understand? Shubhra, do you understand why it's endothermic? Shilpa was absolutely right. Okay, it was endothermic. इसमें पता नहीं क्या महान चीज हो गई. Don't worry about that. अच्छा नहीं, अच्छा रुको रुको. Resume बाद में करना था. इसको बाद में करेंगे हम लोग. रुको. We will do one chill question, one more like a regular question, then we'll come back to this app practice. What is this chill question? Here you go. Let me move to the other side. I think I'll just make my life easier and your life easier. Well, just move this app to the other side. I can do that, right? Yeah, I think I can do that. Let's do that instead of moving around bar bar. I think I've done this so that I remember कि इसको बंद करना है. I'll forget कि मेरे पीछे ही है. 2 into 10 power minus 3 molar solution of NaCl that has a degree of dissociation of 90% at 27 degrees Celsius has osmotic pressure equal to what? What do you think? Yeah, वो वाला तो एंड होना चाहिए था. ठीक है. ओके, सो यहाँ कॉन्सेंट्रेशन दिया हुआ है, ऑल्सो डिग्री ऑफ डिसोसिएशन दिया हुआ है. कॉन्सेंट्रेशन इज दिस वैल्यू राइट हियर, दिस इज अल्फा. ऑस्मोटिक प्रेशर निकालना है. रिमेंबर व्हाट दिस वाज? दिस इज ICRT. व्हाट वैल्यू ऑफ R and T do we take? वेल, एटमॉस्फेयर दिया है तो लेट्स टेक R to be 1/12 एंड टेम्परेचर को हम लोग लेंगे टू बी 300 केल्विन बिकॉज 27 डिग्रीज इज गिवन. Why 1/12? You know this, right? This is a fun approximation. 0.0821 later atmosphere per mole Kelvin. What is this? This is the same as 1/12. Okay, अगर आप दूसरे वैल्यू यूज कर रहे हो which is 8.314, इधर the approximation is 25/3. These are numbers that help you do quick calculation, especially अगर आपके पास ऑप्शंस है. अगर आपको न्यूमेरिकल एंट्री करना है then this is risky, ठीक है? But you can use the approximation otherwise. So how do I solve this question? I की value. How do I get I? Will you guys also help me? आप भी ट्राई करो, मैं भी ट्राई करता हूँ, आप भी ट्राई करो. I कैसे निकाला जाए? NaCl. This gives me, ये fully dissociate होता है. Well, almost fully because 90% dissociation दिया हुआ है. ठीक है. But I'm going to draw a backward arrow because it's not, it's still forming an equilibrium. So if I start with C, 0, 0. This is the initial. ठीक है. फिर कितना रिएक्ट हुआ? रिएक्टेड होगा इसका प्लस सी अल्फा, इसका माइनस सी अल्फा, राइट? दिस इज, लेट मी पुट दैट हियर सो आई सी. दिस इज द स्टैंडर्ड टेबल यू मेक फ्रॉम इक्विलिब्रियम. इसका रिएक्टेड हुआ, ठीक है. एंड फाइनल कितने होंगे आफ्टर द होल प्रोसेस टेकिंग प्लेस? सी इनटू 1 माइनस अल्फा. टेक इट, आई टुक सी आउटसाइड. ओके, व्हाई एम आई डूइंग ऑल दिस? ओके, कूल. अल्फा लिखा है, मुझे आई निकालना है. What is I? I is particles at equilibrium, or let's just say final. There's no equilibrium छोड़ दो, ठीक है. Final divided by initial, right? Initial particle will be same as C, and at equilibrium, or basically ये final, what is this going to be? You know already, right? C into 1 plus alpha. क्यों? क्योंकि एक ये दोनों cancel हो जाएंगे. What you're left with is just this. So what you have is C into 1 plus alpha divided by C. This is how I like doing things. Yeah, first principle से ही करना, आराम से करना. You don't have to mug any weird formula. This is how you can do this very easily. So I is simply 1 plus alpha. Okay, cool. Oh, that's it, right? We're done. I is going to be equal to 1 plus 0.9, which is 1.9. अब वही कहानी हमको इसको सॉल्व करने की. एक्चुअली फाइनल वैल्यू. कहाँ गए सब लोग? सो रहे हो क्या? कम ऑन, इट्स ओनली 9 o'clock. Are you already asleep? It's just Thursday. वीकेंड भी नहीं है, थोड़ा एक्टिव रहो दोस्तों. I is 1.9, pi is ICRT. So actually मैं दो भी लेके कर ही सकता हूँ. I know I'm a little shameless here, but let's just take 2 because look at the options. They're so far off. They're so far off. So I can even take it as 2 and still get the answer. 2 into 2 into 10 power minus 3 into 1/12 into 300. This becomes what? This becomes 3 times 25. So ये कितना हो गया? 25 into 4, ये हो गया 1. This is 1, right? This is exactly 1, I think. 25 into 2, 50 into 200. 100 into 10 power minus 3. That is 0.01, I want to say. ठीक है. So the one that's close to this is this. That's the answer. So this is a funny thing. Exactly, right? आप देख रहे हो? ठीक है. Great, शिल्पा. But थोड़ा आप interact भी करिए, थोड़ा कोशिश भी खुद करिए. इस टाइप का सवाल is very likely to come in JEE main. ठीक है. This is, but JEE main में आएगा, but this will come without the options. Maybe because they like doing that. Yeah, take 1.9. क्यों? Why would you take 1.9? देखो, Roy, here is my concern, right? You are right. You are absolutely right. You will get 0.094. दो zeros नहीं, एक zero आएगा, Roy. एक zero आएगा, not दो zeros. ठीक है? The reason why I did this, because see, I'm also trying to train you how to solve questions. Okay. मेरे यूजुअल सेशन में आई एम टीचिंग यू प्रॉपरली आराम से. इस सेशन में मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूं कि आपको बताऊं कि कैसे क्वेश्चन को अप्रोच किया जाए. अब यहाँ पे ऑप्शंस हैं. लुक एट द ऑप्शंस, दे आर सो फार अपार्ट, राइट? द डेसिमल्स, एवरीथिंग इज सो फार अपार्ट. So I don't have to worry about taking I as 1.9 for this question. Again, I'm giving you a disclaimer, right? Let me write that down ताकि अगर कोई नोट्स देखें. Disclaimer. I equal to 2 because of options. If there were no options, then go ahead, take I equal to 1.9. Right? Because that will give you the perfect or absolute answer. And you are right. It will be this value right here. Good work, good work. Let's move to the other side. Here we go. And app. Khulja Simpson. That's the logic behind it. That's it. What you guys did is बिल्कुल सही है. हाँ, exactly. मैं चाहता था कि सबसे कम टाइम में हम लोग करें, because that's also important, right? If you're, see, learning is different, test taking is different. Test taking, your goal is to just decimate that question. उसको completely खत्म करना है, उसको you have to get the answer. That's where I was coming from. Okay. Liquid sol is known as what? अब देखो ये directly NCERT से आ गया. अब मुझे याद नहीं है, तो I have no idea what this is. Actually, I may know. I think I have an idea. I have an idea. अगर वो गैस के साथ कुछ और बोलते, then I may have forgotten, but I think I know this. I would be confused between foam and aerosol, but this is liquid. Liquid का example क्या है? Oil in water. Oil in water. हाँ, देखो, ठीक है. अगर if you don't like that, how about milk and fat? If you take that example, you can solve this question. What do you think? इसका क्या होगा आंसर? What do you think? Right? Emulsion, absolutely. We're not talking about this. Colloidal system, where dispersed phase is a solid and अच्छा, aerosol के बारे में बता रहा है. Dispersed phase is solid and dispersion medium is gas. प्यारा solution है भाई, सारे ऑप्शन बताता है, बढ़िया. Dispersed phase is gas and dispersion medium is liquid. उसको बोलते हैं foam. Foam मतलब वो shaving cream. None of you use shaving creams. You're not old enough to do that. What else is a foam? Soaps, I think some soaps are foams. वो निकलता है ना. Dispersed phase is a gas and dispersion medium is liquid. ठीक है. That's a foam. That's different from your deos. The deo being sprayed, that's aerosol. Okay, वो foam नहीं है, clearly. Both the dispersed phase and dispersion medium जब liquid होता है तब उसको emulsion बोलते हैं. Milk में emulsifying agent होता है that binds them together. Fat and water. What is emulsifying? Lactose शायद होता है ना, इसलिए lactose important नहीं. Lactase, sorry. I'm not that great at biomolecules. Can you tell me what is the binding agent? What is emulsifying agent in milk? Last one. Dispersed phase is a liquid and the dispersion medium is solid. उसको gel बोलते हैं. Gel तो you know, toothpaste वाला gel, right? Dispersed phase is liquid and the dispersion medium is a solid. Okay, interesting. ठीक है. Paint is emulsion. Yes, absolutely. Hi Chirag, how are you doing? Paint. All right. Paint is emulsion. You guys remember? अच्छा है, सब लोग NCERT पढ़ते हो. Next one. इनमें से कौन सा नॉन आइडियल सोल्यूशन है? चार ऑप्शन दिखे. चलो, अच्छा है, फॉरगॉट अगेन टू पुट स्क्रीनशॉट्स. आई थिंक जो चिल वाले में उनका स्क्रीनशॉट नहीं डाल रहा हूं, राइट? जो बहुत ज्यादा चिल है उनको लाइक ठीक है यार, कर लोगे आप लोग. बट इफ यू वांट मी टू पुट स्क्रीनशॉट एवरीथिंग, लेट मी नो. आई विल ट्राई नॉट टू फॉरगेट एंड डालेंगे हम लोग. Okay, here is the question. I'm putting the question on to the presentation. बाद में देखने के लिए आप लोग के लिए. नॉन बेंजीन टॉलुइन तो आइडियल है. This is ideal. This you know is ideal. Benzene, toluene. There's no polarity, none of that happening. So this is ideal. Okay, बाकी कौन से? Hexane, heptane, same. ये दोनों ideal हो गए. Oh, CCl4. It's a apolar, aprotic solvent. That is CCl4. CCl3 थोड़ा अलग है. Okay, interesting. Non-ideal solution. I think it could be D, but what about B? B और D दोनों नहीं हो सकता है. Ethyl bromide and ethyl iodide. C2H5Br, C2H5I. Now I am confused. Why not this? ये भी नॉन आइडियल क्यों नहीं है? देखो, CHCl3 तो पोलर है for sure. B is ideal. Yes, A and B are both ideal. सवाल क्या पूछ रहे हैं? सवाल is asking non ideal. So I think C and D should both be correct. आपको क्या लगता है? और you want चिराग, you want to mark D? I can mark D. D को लॉक करें कि C होना चाहिए? और C क्यों नहीं है? Why not C? Ethyl bromide plus ethyl iodide. Why not C? Well, I think the way you could look about this is the polarity difference is not so much, so it's okay. It doesn't matter so much. I mean, the logic for C being ideal could be, yeah, there is some polarity, but I think it's more or less the same. It's not that different. But CCl4, apolar, aprotein, yeah, it's completely like a organic solvent, non-polar, non-protein. CHCl3 is definitely polar. So in दोनों के बीच में, so basically here the AB interactions are going to be different from AA and AB. That's what I think. Shilpa, I think D as well. Shilpa and Chirag, I think D as well. Let's mark D and see what happens. Good job with ideal solution. Now we figure it out. You figure it out. Okay. Nice. Here's another question. थोड़ा इसमें effort लगाना पड़ेगा. We'll have to put some numbers to this. ठीक है. So let me take a screenshot of this question. आप लोग उसको try करिए तब तक. Screenshotted. And here it is on this. Okay, sweet. So I've got some amount of A and it's dissolved in 100 gram of water. Okay. Dilute solution. Vapor pressure in solution is reduced to half of that of pure water. This is an interesting question. And this is how the app practice works, by the way. Roy, who asked, na, agar app download karni hai to. If you keep getting a lot of questions correct, the difficulty of the questions increases. Okay. So we've been getting a lot of questions correct because हम लोग साथ में चीजें कर रहे हैं. तो डिफिकल्टी थोड़ी बढ़ेगी. मे बी दिस इज स्लाइटली हार्डर देन दी अदर वंस बिकॉज पहली बात तो इसमें हमको नंबर इनपुट करना है. देयर आर नो ऑप्शंस. ऑटोमेटिकली मेक्स इट लिटिल हार्ड. लेट्स सी. सो आई एम मिक्सिंग सॉलिड A in 100 gram of water. Okay, that's my solvent and this is my solute. Let's call this solution 1. Okay, and then solution 2, the vapor pressure solution is acha. Now in this solution, delta P by P is going to be equal to mole fraction of the solute. This is relative lowering of vapor pressure. You know this already. It is fine, right? इसमें कोई doubt है तो मुझे बता दो. I can quickly derive it for you also if you want. But is this okay? They are saying that reduced to 1/2 of pure water. So delta P is reduced to 1/2 of pure. Okay, no, actually, let's say कि lowering, मतलब कि P now is equal to 760 by 2. Oh, no, it's not 760 by 2. 760 air. Vapor pressure of pure water by 2. Okay, pure water by 2 is 23.76 by 2. ठीक है, cool. I don't know why I took 760. That was weird thing to do. Okay. And P naught is given as, say, x, and this is x by 2. Let's just write as x, where x is equal to 23.76 mm Hg. अच्छा, ठीक है. अब करना क्या है? Number of moles of solute A. अब तो हो गया ना, है ना? देखो, you've got this already. I think this is done. Do you see it? It took me so much time to write it down, but I think it's done. हाँ, Roy, 100 gram देके question आसान कर दिया. I don't think that 100 gram matters, actually, to be honest, Roy. Adishri, yes, this is class 12. You're absolutely right. Shilpa and Roy, what do you guys think? Chirag, आपको क्या लगता है? I know I haven't been doing too many theory sessions of 12th grade of this channel, so call your friends and tell them we're doing practice sessions now of those things. Yes, P naught minus P naught by 2 divided by P naught. Exactly. Roy जो बोल रहे हैं, I agree with Roy. So what does that mean? Roy, that just becomes 1 by 2, right? What Roy ने बोला, मैं यहाँ पे लिख देता हूँ. मैंने x लिखा है, Roy has written P naught. It's the same thing. So x minus x by 2 divided by x. यहाँ पे P naught होना चाहिए, my bad. Okay. But hold on. Wait. एक minute. In this case, delta P by P. Delta P by P. Do you know the actual expression कहाँ से derive होता है? Do you remember this? Do you know this at all? Total pressure is equal to sum of partial pressures, right? And then we say that was going to be equal to P naught of the solvent into X of solvent, right? This is P. Then you say कि P naught solvent into 1 minus X of solute. समझ में आ रहा है? इससे from this you get, I'm just confirming in denominator का P क्या है, just confirming that X of solute is equal to P naught solvent minus P ही किया ना divided by P naught solvent. हाँ ठीक है, तो ये P naught ही है. Okay, great. So you should have derived this quickly. Doesn't take too much time. Now ये मैंने क्यों किया? इस केस में it's not gonna matter. Okay, it doesn't matter because दोनों either way it's coming out to be half. So it really doesn't matter. Number of moles of solute added is how much? Oh, how will you know number of moles of solute? Number of moles of solute. Oh, थोड़ा effort लगाना पड़ेगा. थोड़ा effort तो लगाना पड़ेगा. Right? Yes, Roy बिल्कुल सही बोला. अब now it's half, but 100 देके आसान कैसे कर दिया? 100 देके तो और मुश्किल कर दिया. अगर if they gave you something 100 ग्राम of water, no. So पानी का कितना moles है? पानी के मोल जितने उतने ही मोल्स उसके होंगे. What is the moles of water? It's basically 100 divided by 18. Means a different color. I'm just trying to fit everything in this page itself. Finally, what do you have to do? N of water equal to N of A. Is this okay? Yes, zaruri hai. Is this part okay? This is fine. Now, what is N of water? 100 gram divided by 18 gram. Actually, अगर आसान करना होता तो 90 ग्राम देते, है ना, तब 5 होता. Now this is going to be equal to 5.55, basically 5.5 bar, right? 5.5 bar. तो you make it 5.6, है ना? Nearest integer तब 6 करना पड़ेगा. What do you think? Is this right? ये ठीक लग रहा है या नहीं? जो मैंने अभी solution बनाया. I haven't seen this question. I don't know. Could be right, could be off. But मेरे हिसाब से this makes the most logic, most sense. What do you think? आपको क्या लगता है? थोड़ा सोचिए. Is this okay? जो हम लोगों ने किया है, logically does it seem okay? Round it off to 6. Yeah, I know. I think if you want to make it easy, maybe we should made it something else. Round it off to 6, right? I have a feeling that this is from a previous year paper. इसीलिए ये डाला हुआ है. But anyway, ठीक है, 6 कर देते हैं हम लोग. ये हो गया 6. अब देखो, मैंने कोई भी फैंसी चीज यूज नहीं की. I just use first principle stuff, right? And sometimes students find this chapter or generally mole concept के ideas difficult because they mug too many things. Now we didn't mug anything. We did everything with first principle. Raoult's law मेरे सर के ऊपर पूरा यहाँ से जा रहा है. Raoult's law ये सब है. Relative lowering wave pressure लिख दिया. सब first principles है. It could be neater, but समझ में आ रहा है ना? This is good. Answer 6. Great. बढ़िया. Great. Let's go to the next one. Same thoughts यहाँ पे भी हैं. Let me look at it. हाँ, P naught minus PS by ठीक है. Non-electrolyte. हाँ, we are assuming that it's a non-volatile solvent. ठीक है. And also solid है तो non-volatile. That's fine. And it's non-electrolyte. Cool. ठीक है. Van Hoff factor. ये वाला थोड़ा आसान है. Can we try this, Shilpa Roy? Adishri, are you from 12th, Adi? Or are you from a different grade? What do you think about this? Screenshot ले लिया. PPT में डाल देते हैं. Okay. What do you think? Easy, right? Shilpa says A, less. Oh, are you sure, Shilpa? Let's see. देखते हैं. Shall I write it down? Let me write it down. I had HA giving me H plus plus A minus. From this, we got I to be 1 plus alpha. You remember that? So it has to be greater than 1. Okay, now let's take an example of this, where it associates. Matlab becomes this. ठीक है? NHA becomes this. Now, if I do C and I do 0, then let's say कितना dissociate होता है. I will have to say if I take minus alpha over here, minus C alpha here, ठीक है? कितना react? Same thing जो मैंने पहले किया था. It's going to be plus C alpha by N, right? Because of this N हो रहा है. How do I know for sure? If I take alpha as 1, then I should get this to be the number of moles finally. If I take alpha to be 1, ये 0 हो जाएगा, ठीक है, मतलब पूरा हट जाएगा. If I take alpha to be 1, it will be C by L. Okay. Now this is how much this is reacted. And final कितना हो गया? Final is C into 1 minus alpha. This is C alpha by N. Now totally क्या हो जाएगा? It will be C into 1 minus alpha plus alpha by N. Now doing all of this, it is clear that I is going to be 1 minus alpha into 1 by N. माइनस को बाहर नहीं रखते, उसको एज इट रखते हैं. बाहर रखने से कंफ्यूजन आएगा. दिस इज क्लियरली लेस देन 1, राइट? दिस इज ओके. एंड दिस ओवर हियर इज एसोसिएशन. एंड ऊपर जो हमने ऑलरेडी कर चुके थे, वी हैव डन अ क्वेश्चन ऑलरेडी ऑन दिस, सो आई एम नॉट रिपीटिंग व्हाट वी हैव डन. दिस इज डिसोसिएशन. यू सी, है ना? प्रणीता, व्हाट आर यू टॉकिंग अबाउट? Yeah, we have done atomic structure. पूरा तो किया, इसी यहीं पे किया है. Could be more or less. नहीं रॉय, लेस होगा ना जहीर? नहीं नहीं, मोर होगा यार. मोर क्यों होगा? ओके ओके, मोर मतलब भाई मोर पंख. Okay, let me address Pranita. Pranita, we've done atomic structure. Go to the bento link that's in the description, or go to the Aakash JEE वाला ऊपर जो लिखा है ना, वो I teach camp bento. Go there, you will find all the atomic structure lectures. एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर की प्रैक्टिस चाहिए आपको तो कल ही कर रहे हैं, कल नहीं शायद परसों, सैटरडे वी आर डूइंग एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर की प्रैक्टिस, आराम से करेंगे, डोंट वरी अबाउट इट, ठीक है? उत्कर्ष भी लेस बोल रहे हैं. एसोसिएशन इज ऑलवेज लेस. हाँ, यस, आई एग्री, इट इज ऑलवेज लेस. जहीर, उत्कर्ष, ऑलवेज लेस. शिल्पा, आई एग्री एज वेल, इट इज लेस. आपने सही बोला था शिल्पा, मैंने आपको थोड़ा कंफ्यूज कर दिया. सॉरी दैट आई डिड दैट टू यू. नो, वेट, association matlab coming together. Okay, I'll tell you what the confusion is. Maybe in my head there's a confusion. Association matlab coming together, matlab number of moles kam ho rahe hain. Okay, let me write that down over here. Let me hide this so you can see clearly. Iske upar bhi likh deta hu. Association matlab decrease in number of moles. Okay, and dissociation means increase in number of moles. ठीक है? So this is always greater than 1. This is always less than 1. So the answer is A. You are absolutely right. ठीक है? Yes, yes, Zahir. सही है, सही है. Pranita, what do you mean by the target questions? I am looking at the app. If you're wondering what app, since this is the Aakash channel, हम लोग ये ऐप को यूज करके क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रहे हैं. And this is the practice section of the app. If you've just joined it, ठीक है? प्रैक्टिस सेक्शन क्या है? गो टू द वीडियोस ऑफ दिस, आई हैव एक्सप्लेन प्रैक्टिस क्या है, वो सब करेंगे, ठीक है? वो सब देख लेना. सो इफ यू मीन प्रैक्टिस, वी विल डू इट डे आफ्टर टुमारो. कल मैं नीट चैनल पे करने वाला हूं, परसों JEE चैनल पे किया जाएगा, ठीक है? तो दिस इज लेस देन फॉर श्योर. आई एग्री विथ यू गाइस. ओह वेट, व्हाट इज दिस? अरे यार, oh my god. Wait, more or less, based on definition of and of factor. Hey, hold on. Roy, why did he say more or less? Roy, can you explain that? यहाँ पे भी more or less लिखा है, मुझे लगा हमेशा less होगा. Solution, based on definition of and of factor and type of solution. Type of solute. Okay. I don't understand this. Do you understand this? Yeah? Is this question, is the solution incorrect? What do you think? क्या आपको ये गलत लग रहा है? मुझे तो गड़बड़ लग रहा है. आपको क्या लग रहा है? It's okay, human error is always possible. But Roy said more or less. Both. Roy both बोल रहा था. Roy, can you explain to me why it's both? Maybe what you're saying is correct and maybe मैंने सोचा. Can you tell me what special cases? It'll help us, Roy. बेझिझक बोलो. Roy, थोड़ा बताओ. What are you thinking? अपना thought process बताओ. It'll be a good learning experience for everybody. है ना? What do you think? What was your thinking behind saying more or less? दोनों हो सकता है. We'll all learn from this. है ना? बताओ बताओ. सोच कर कोई don't worry about right, wrong and all. It's all learning experience, right? हम लोग साथ में ही सीख रहे हैं. What do you think? I think it should just be less. I think there's a typo. But if you're sure about it, we can talk about it. Depends on types of solutes. Zahir, कुछ भी आ सकता है यार. See, Zahir, if I can be straight with you, nobody can predict क्या होगा. But mix अनलाइकली है, दैट्स नॉर्मली जे एडवांस। दोनों चीज आजकल, आई मीन आई हैव नॉट सीन एनी क्वेश्चन इन जेई मेन दैट मिक्सेस टू कॉन्सेप्ट्स, आई एम नॉट सीन दैट ऑफ लेट, एटलीस्ट मैंने तो नहीं देखा है। यार मुझे तो भी स्पेशल केस याद नहीं आ रहा है, ठीक है, इफ यू आर सेइंग द स्पेशल केस मुझे तो नहीं याद आ रहा है, बट यू कैन पिंग मी आई गेस ऑन यू नो वेयर टू फाइंड मी, राइट? आई विल फ्लैग दिस क्वेश्चन, मैं क्वेश्चन फ्लैग कर देता हूं, और यू कैन पिंग मी इफ यू फाइंड सम रिसोर्स जहां एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है कि व्हाई इट इज मोर और लेस, जस्ट पिंग मी हियर ऑन टेलीग्राम और ऑन डिस्कॉर्ड, ठीक है? एंड आई विल फ्लैग दिस क्वेश्चन एंड सेंड इट टू माय टीम। Yeah, I feel it should be less. It can't be more or less. That makes no sense. But ठीक है, चलो अच्छा है। एक सवाल गलत हुआ, maybe it'll tone down the difficulty a little bit. Although this is not difficult. The previous question was interesting. ये वाला शायद less होना चाहिए। Chapter name solutions. Oh, what did I click on something? Okay, चलो next अगला सवाल देखते हैं। Lavoisier was trying to find out if a particular solid X was soluble in water or not. He found that 0.01 grams of X was dissolving 100 ml of water. Is this soluble in water or not? 0.01 in 100 ml of water. इसके साथ solubility है कि नहीं है? Wrong with the word association. अच्छा आदर्श, ठीक है, cool, हो सकता है. I don't think so. I feel it must be less according to what, you know, I've given you the whole logic. But if you find some resource, then you please send it to me. We will check it out for sure. What do you think about this? This is obviously false. Shilpa says true. 0.01 तो काफी छोटा है ना। 0.01 मतलब 0.1 gram in water of 1 liter. Okay, let me show you the actual value. I feel it should be false. I'll tell you why I think it should be false. Edge खोला जाए, let's see solubility of NaCl. दिखाता हूँ, एक सेकंड। विकिपीडिया खुल जाइए, मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ कितनी ज्यादा होती है solubility, कितनी क्रेजी solubility होती है। Screen capture 5, MS Edge. Look at this. This is the Wikipedia. अरे नहीं दिख रहा होगा आपको, अभी दिख रहा है? नहीं दिख, अभी दिख रहा है। ये विकिपीडिया का आर्टिकल ऑन सोडियम क्लोराइड, ठीक है? सोडियम क्लोराइड की solubility 58 ग्राम पर मोल। नो, दैट्स द मास। इतना ड्रामा फॉर द रॉन्ग थिंग। ये देखो, 360 ग्राम पर लीटर at 25 degrees Celsius. You see that? It's very high. Yeah, it's very high. So to say that 0.1 gram per liter is high solubility does not seem correct. This is soluble. Okay, take some other examples. इसके अलावा KCl भी देख सकते हो. So now sodium chloride. If I just change this with what? Potassium. Will that work? What up? It worked. Wikipedia is awesome. देखो, KCl की solubility कम हो गई, बट फिर भी काफी ज्यादा है। देखो 20 डिग्री सेल्सियस पे 34 ग्राम, मतलब 10 गुना कम हो गई, बट काफी ढंग से। या 100 ml, 100 ml है। रॉय, so he has pointed out our very good thing. ठीक है, 100 ml है। Roy, let me get back to what you're saying. I've shown you why I think it should be false. Now let's get back to what Roy is saying. 100 ml point कितना था? Lavoisier नंबर क्या है? 0.01 ग्राम in 100 ml. तो मैंने उसको बोला, ठीक है यार, 0.1 ग्राम in 1 लीटर, राइट? सही तो बोला। 1000 ml कितना होता है यार? This is 1 liter. Come on, this is cool, right? This is pretty low. I feel it should be false, right? Arnav, what do you mean structures of molecules? Go to the Byju's site. Go to the Byju's site, you'll find whatever you need. Chem Libertex, Byju's, Master Organic Chemistry, any of these. So this should be false, right? फिर भी अगर आप true बोलते हो तो I will mark true. Whatever you say goes. Shilpa, Roy, Zahir, Royal, एक बार मैं फिर से पूछ रहा हूँ आप लोगों से. If you say true, I will mark true because this is your session. आप जो चाहो we will do. So is this true or is this false? आपके हिसाब से क्या? एक बार just एक quick check ले रहा हूँ आपसे. आप बताइए, जो आप बोलेंगे we will do. Let me know. Just copy pasting this question ताकि आप लोग जब अगर फिर से देखो तो you should be able to see this. True? Okay. दो लोग बोल रहे हैं false. जहीर अभी भी true बोल रहे हैं. शिल्पा भी false बोल रही है. I think it should be false as well. Yeah, so false is correct. Yeah, pink flower also false. Yeah, so most people think false. So Zahir and everybody else who thinks is true, right? The value matters. Okay, the value matters. थोड़ा बहुत तो सब में जाएगा यार, थोड़ा बहुत पानी में सब में जाएगा. तो साइंटिफिकली 0.1 ग्राम से ज्यादा, मतलब दिस इज डेफिनेशन अगेन, ये एनसीईआरटी में नहीं है. आई डोंट थिंक इट्स इन एनसीईआरटी. ग्रेटर देन 1 ग्राम पर लीटर और 0.1 ग्राम इन 100 ml. ओके, कूल. अगला देखते हैं. Oh, great. We've finished it up, I guess. Okay, let's go back and do one more chill question. Here's the chill question. I'm going to move to the other side. ये वाला डायरेक्ट है, इसमें ज़्यादा दिमाग लाने की जरूरत नहीं. दिस इज लाइक अ कॉन्फिडेंस बूस्टर वाला क्वेश्चन. ट्राई करिए इसको. 300 ml of 0.1 molar HCl and 200 ml of 0.03 molar H2SO4 are mixed. इसकी रिजल्टेंट नॉर्मैलिटी निकालनी है. मोलैरिटी नहीं, नॉर्मैलिटी निकालनी है. क्वेश्चन इज गिवन अस मोलैरिटी. ठीक है, हमको निकालनी है नॉर्मैलिटी. प्लीज आप ट्राई करो इसको. एंड आई एम प्राउड ऑफ यू गाइस. मोस्ट यू फिगर इट आउट. पिंक फ्लावर, शिल्पा, रॉयल. या ग्रेट. जहीर, आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड हाउ व्हाई इट वाज फॉल्स. इसको ट्राई करो, ये तो बहुत डायरेक्ट है, पर थोड़ा ध्यान से करो. हाँ, जल्दी में मत करना, जल्दी में मत करना, प्लीज ध्यान से करो. There are chances of goofing up here as well. बट अगर मैं ये ऐसा सवाल देता जिसमें सोल्यूशन ना हो, मतलब जिसमें क्या बोलते हैं इसको, ऑप्शंस ना हो, then I see a lot of people skipping the question because they're like, जल्दी में गड़बड़ी हो सकती है. और worse, I see a lot of people attempting the question and then getting it wrong because they did not factor for one thing or another thing. खैर, how do I get normality of the resultant mixture? We'll have to talk about in terms of equivalence, right? First thing, the starting point is, what is normality? Let us define. Number of equivalents of solute. In this case, let's talk about H plus ions in 1 liter solution. ठीक है. सो यहां पे टोटल वॉल्यूम क्या बन रहा है? 300, 200. Volume is 300 plus 200, which then becomes 0.5 liter. मतलब कि इसमें जो भी इक्विवेलेंट्स हैं टाइम्स 2. लेट्स से इक्विवेलेंट 1 plus equivalent 2 times 2 will be equal to normality. You understand ये मैंने क्यों लिखा है? देखो, ये आधे लीटर में इतने इक्विवेलेंट्स हैं, तो 1 लीटर में इसका डबल होगा. बस यही करना है, दिमाग ज्यादा नहीं लगाना है. नहीं जहीर, उसकी जरूरत ही नहीं है. जहीर, यू डोंट हैव टू डू रिलेशनशिप एंड ऑल दैट, वो सब जरूरत नहीं है. फर्स्ट, शुरुआत से ही अगर आप हर चीज इक्विवेलेंट्स में करोगे, इट विल बी इजी. ये नॉर्मैलिटी मोलैरिटी की रिलेशनशिप में आप अटक जाओगे. ठीक है, यू कैन डू दैट, आप अपने तरीके से भी कर सकते हो. आई हैव नो इश्यूज विद, आप कोई भी तरीका, जो भी आप तरीका करें, आई एम फाइन विद इट एज लॉन्ग एज यू गेट द आंसर क्विकली. मेरा करने का तरीका ये है कि अलग अलग इसको पहले डेफिनेशन लिखो, फिर लिखो कितना वॉल्यूम है, बिकॉज दैट्स गोना गो इन डिनोमिनेटर. वही दैट यूजुअली कॉम्प्लिकेट्स थिंग्स, राइट? तो इसको लिख लिया, एंड देन जो इक्विवेलेंट्स हमने निकालना है फाइनली क्या है, इन दिस क्वेश्चन एज आई मल्टीप्लाइड 2. या यू कैन आल्सो डू ऑल दिस, बट जल्दी करने में कर सकते हो. ठीक है, तो क्या नंबर ऑफ इक्विवेलेंट्स कितने होंगे? नंबर ऑफ इक्विवेलेंट्स 1. कितने हैं? लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर सेइंग ए. Zahir, what do you think? आपके हिसाब से क्या होना चाहिए? This becomes कितना? This is 30 milli equivalents. Why milli equivalent? Because ये milli ml है ना. This is ml. This is moles. So ठीक है, milli equivalent because of this. Okay. What about second solution में है 200 times 0.03 times 2. Why? Because H2SO4. We will assume right now it gives this. I know कभी कभी ये होता है कि अगर डाइबेसिक ट्राइबेसिक एसिड हो गया, देन पहला वाला बहुत आसानी से निकल जाता है H+, दूसरा वाला नॉट सो मच. बट H2SO4 के लिए we will assume it's a स्ट्रॉन्ग एसिड, मतलब दोनों निकल रहे हैं। H3PO4 के लिए it's not the case. That's not the case, right? Do you know this? It is a tribasic acid, but आप उसको पानी में डालो, you don't necessarily get 3H plus ions. But here's another thing. अगर आप उसको react कर रहे हो with NaOH, then the number of equivalents will be 3. Think about it. ये equilibrium का idea है. See, you're all students studying for JEE. I'm giving you a little bit of extra inputs as well as we're doing these questions. ठीक है? Okay, let's get back to this. इसके कितने हो गए milli equivalents? तो 0.03 था क्या? अच्छा, ये तो बहुत छोटा हो गया. 0.03, ठीक है. तो अभी डेसिमल्स का अकाउंट करना पड़ेगा. ये 2 यहाँ पे डेसिमल से 2 इसके चले गए. तो लेट्स पुट मेक दिस एज 2.0 एंड इसको हटा देते हैं. ओके, तो 3 into 2, 6 into 2. So this is 12 milli equivalents. So now I have a total of 42 milli equivalents in 500 ml of water. Milli gets cancelled, as my teacher used to say. And now you have stuff in terms of equivalents per liter, which is the final value itself. Okay, I will multiply this with 2 into 2, right? Okay, so I get 84 divided by 1000, or let's just write in terms of nice easy numbers, into 10 power minus 3 normality. That's a normality. 0.084, which is the answer for the first one. Bilkul sahi. Pink flower? Okay. I just explained. Pink flower I just explained in detail. इससे ज़्यादा आपको कोई explanation की ज़रूरत नहीं है. What I did, right, is in so much detail, you don't need any other explanation, according to me. If you still think that इससे ज़्यादा आपको किसी चीज़ की ज़रूरत है, go check out my mole concept sessions. Yeah, I've done normality in the last session, I think, the 6th session. You will find it in detail. इससे भी ज़्यादा detail में किया है. Here I'm assuming you already know what is normality. If you are not that confident, वो video देख लीजिए. You're all absolutely right. Saini Sahab, Adarsh, you got it right. बिल्कुल सही. A is the right answer. You missed the first part. Pink flower. I'm just going to call you pink. It's just for the ease of, being laziness. So I have started this question with this definition, right? This is my approach to this question. Approach क्या है? Normality की definition. Normality मतलब total number of equivalents in 1 liter solution. Equivalent किस चीज का? यहाँ पे मुझे H plus का equivalent चाहिए. Because normality of the resultant mixture is of what? Is of the H plus ions. We are talking about H plus ions. That's the first step. After that, I have two different things, right? And I also have total volume to be 500 ml. This is the step 1, so to speak, of actually applying this, right? We will do this. हम लोग numerator करेंगे, denominator पहले कर दें. I found that to be easier. Total volume is आधा लीटर. आधा लीटर है, तो जो भी आपको आंसर मिला, multiply with 2 ना, है ना? Multiply with 2. That is one thing you can do. That is one way to do it. If you are quick with calculation, this is one way to do it. Or if you don't want to do this, you want to do it from first principles, do this. ये completely first principle क्या हुआ है? मैंने पहले वाले की equivalents निकाले, which is just simply, as Zahir also said, molarity into volume. M1 V1 किया मैंने. I took the volume in 300 ml, so I've got this to be milli equivalent. Why have I written milli equivalent? Because again, I'm talking about equivalents of H plus ions specifically. ठीक है? And यहाँ पे मैंने 2 से क्यों मल्टीप्लाई किया? मैंने बोला था मैं नहीं करूंगा, because that is how you're converting, as Zahir also said very rightly. I have to convert normality and molarity में. Since मैं equivalent से बात कर रहा हूँ, we should talk in terms of normality here. So what is the normality of H2SO4? Normality of H2SO4 is going to be N times molarity of H2SO4. This is 2 times M. That's it. That's all. ठीक है? Why is it 2? I already told you. H2SO4, we assume that it completely gives you H2 of H plus ions. I realize मैंने थोड़ा ज़्यादा बोल दिया उसके बाद कि H3PO4 3 नहीं देगा and all of that. That is more relevant to 12th standard students. जब आप 12th में आओगे, you'll understand that better. Yeah, I realize that now because I was doing a 12th standard session also. Hey, ये 12th का ही तो है. Solution तो 12th standard का है. You're supposed to know this. ये समझना चाहिए. ठीक है? Pink, are you in 11th or 12th? Okay, I've explained this in quite some detail. Let's go on to the app now. App पे चला जाए. Let's resume practice. नहीं दिख रहा आपको अभी. ये लीजिए. I'll make it so that next time ये आगे पीछे हम लोग ना करें. The latent heat of vaporization of water in 9,700 calorie per mole. Oh, that's a lot. and boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. What is ebullioscopic constant? मुझे क्या मालूम what is ebullioscopic constant? Do you know how to do this? ये याद है क्या? ये मालूम है कैसे करते हैं? 12? Oh, you're in 12th. Okay, great. ठीक है. Okay, great. Good to know. How do we get the ebullioscopic constant from this? I told you guys, if you start answering questions, we start getting a lot of them right. Some of them are going to become hard. This is an NCRT, by the way. ये definition NCRT में है, right? It is possible to know. If you have studied this, it's possible to do this from NCRT. I think the units are a little off though in this question. Question में units should be something कुछ और भी चीजें होनी चाहिए, right? You can kind of guess this because of the questions you have solved. You can kind of guess and say, hey, this is the answer. You can take that route, no problem. 1 minute. Yeah. KF. Latent heat of vaporization. We're talking about KB, pink. हम लोग KB. I start 11th late. Oh, pink, that's hard. Huh? If you skip some 11 chapters, then that will be a little bit hard. We're talking about KB, by the way, not KF. Because हम लोग boiling point की बात कर रहे हैं. Delta TB is KB times M times I. But ठीक है. Okay. Shoot. What do we do here? I can do this in two different ways. No, I don't think we can do anything here. We have to know what is KB. KB is delta H vaporization divided by what? I'm mouthing it out, not saying it. Do you know what this is? Do you know the formula? Let's open up NCRT. Do you know the formula or not? Solutions, 12th chemistry chapter, NCRT. Do you know the formula? Delta H by R TB square. Yes, no, maybe. सुना है नहीं सुना है दोस्तों? Come on. I don't have to mug it, but you guys do. Exam आपको देना है तो you have to mug this. I mean, some things, right? Ebullioscopic. Spelling सही लिखी क्या मैंने? नहीं, spelling सही नहीं लिखी. रुको. Control F सही लिखी थी यार. Ebullioscopic. No. Oh, Ebullioscopic. Sorry. Here you go. कहाँ गया यार? KB. Hey, I could have sworn it's there. Do you guys remember where it's at? Is it not an NCRT? I could have sworn. There you go. It's an NCRT as discussed. मैंने भी उल्टा लिख दिया, right? It should be this by that, not that by this. Hold on. This is what it should be. Cool. Now with that input, do you think we can do this now? इसके बाद हम लोग कर सकते हैं R let's take as 25 by 3. I know it's 8.34. But are we taking calorie में ले रहे हैं? ठीक है, calorie ले रहे हो तो R is 2. Okay, great. R is 2. M1 क्या है? What is M1? Let's take it as 18 gram per mole. That's a mass of solvent. Molar mass of solvent. Okay, into TB, delta TB square, 100 degrees Celsius. 100 मतलब 100 373 हो गया ना? 373 squared divided by 1000 into 9700. Does this make sense? जो अभी लिखा है मैंने. Does this substitution make sense to you? Or should we, or do we have to convert 18 into kilogram? No, molar mass is gram per mole. I think it works. Yeah. इसलिए there's a 1000 in denominator. Because 18 is gram per mole, इसलिए there's a 1000 there. Do you know this? Am I going too quickly on this? Do you know all of this, or is this all whoop सर के ऊपर जा रहा है? What do you think? Just let me know, huh? Either way, I'm good explaining this in detail if there's something that is getting missed out over here. Yeah? Yes, no, maybe? दोस्तों, चैट काफी शांत हो गई है. थोड़ा सा ही तो मुश्किल सवाल है, इतना मुश्किल नहीं है. देखो यहाँ फॉर्मूला मैंने लिख दिया है. इट्स ओके, गेट अ कैलकुलेटर. calculator. ठीक है, if you don't want to get a calculator, we can do it without it also. बिना calculator कैसे किया जाए? बिना calculator के कैसे किया जाए? Let's say this is 1. This goes 5 point something times. 5 point what times? 70 by 18 is 5. No, it's 4. It's 3. 3. Let's say it's 5.35 or something like that. ठीक है. Does it help? No. What is 373 square? Let's take it as 400 square. That's not good. 400 square into 2 divided by 1000 into 5. Okay, cool. अगर मैंने इसको बढ़ाया, इसको बढ़ा देते हैं. Let's make this 6. Let's make this 6. 4 square is 64. 100. 100 divided by 1000. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 6 and 2 becomes 1 by 3. This is not that great, huh? This is not that great. Oh, there's another 9,700 here. Now, this is getting difficult to do without a calculator. So, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that the answer is 0.513. But you can also jaldi mein mark 1.8 because, you know, that's the number you've usually seen. That's the number you've usually seen, right? I'm talking about in terms of calories, this is degree Celsius, but yeah, the units are different. R ki value calorie, so 0.5. Is it okay? You just have to substitute here basically. It looks like a complicated thing, but you substitute and you do this, you get 0.5 basically. Specifically, you get 0.516. Shall we mark that or shall we mark something else? दोस्तों, जनता कहाँ गई? अभी तो तुम लोग इतने एक्टिव थे. ये ज़्यादा हो गया क्या? Is this too much? It's okay. You can be upfront with me. Is this too much? This too much math? I understand that this question is probably going to get skipped, right? अगर ये सवाल आया गलती से in the actual JEE, you guys are going to skip it, which is fine. कोई tension नहीं है. We are okay. But I'm going to mark this as this. Yeah. Here's the solution. The same thing I gave you. आगे बढ़ा जाए. When mercuric iodide is added to the solution, aqueous. Bro. Now things are getting interesting. This is borderline JEE advanced. What do you think about this one? And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this कि थोड़ा सा आपको दिमाग इसमें लगाना पड़ेगा. Because there's a reaction that's possible. I mean, mercuric iodide, what is that? Ki is K. Hg2I2, is it Hgi? What is mercuric iodide? That's what it's probably going on in your mind. That's what's going on in my mind. Let me just put this question here quickly, very quickly. You will see, मैंने similar session NEET के students साथ किया था. But the level of questions is different, obviously, right? And that's showing up right now. I'll wait for your input for a minute. Take a minute, think about this. Think about it. ठीक है, boiling point और freezing point क्यों बदलेगा? See, since it's a single correct answer, I can cross out does not change, does not change. So it's either this or this. यार ये तो आसान हो गया. No, actually it depends on I. Well, depression and no, actually the answer is direct, right? Freezing point will be lowered because it's a colligative property. So answer is easy. It has to be B. I was thinking it's a complicated question, but actually this is not that complicated, right? This is going to be B, I feel. आपको क्या लगता है? See, the actual reaction that's happening may be complicated. Association or dissociation होगा. Either way, there will be some depression and freezing point, right? Because there's a colligative property. Mercuric iodide is added to an aqueous solution of potassium iodide. So कुछ तो reaction होगा. अब उस reaction के कारण the total number of क्या बोलते हैं particles would either decrease or increase, but there will be some particles in the solution that will cause a lowering of vapor pressure. If they cause a lowering of vapor pressure, then the freezing point will be decreased. It will be lowered, I feel. But ठीक है, देखना पड़ेगा. Oh no, this is complicated. It's not that direct. थोड़ा सा देखना पड़ेगा इसको. Pink flag says B. Okay, after the explanation I gave, they say B. But what if I told you it's A? Okay, we'll mark B and see what happens. Okay, let me write down the actual expression right here. You have to compare between original and final. Okay, so Hgi plus Ki. This forms a complex. Okay, this is where I told you it's a JEE advanced question. Now, here's the problem. You are saying, let me use the different color to say what was already in the solution. Aqueous solution of potassium iodide. This was in solution. this was initial. Okay, so if I assume full dissociation, this existed as K plus and I minus. Give me a thumbs up if this is okay. This is initial. Let's say I is close to 2. अगर पूरा नहीं 2 है तो 2 से थोड़ा कम हो और 1.9 हो गया, जो भी हो गया, ठीक है, cool. After adding HGI, look at that. I am reducing number of particles. So let's say, let's call this I initial. Let's just call it I1. I looks funny, right? Let's call it I1. Let's call this I2. So since I2 is less than I1, is this part okay? I2 is definitely less than I1. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if this is okay. I2 is less than I1. Why? Because जब मैं रिएक्शन करूंगा तो ये दोनों ions, let me write that here as well, with the green color, right, indicating की final चीज हो रही है. Both ions react with AgI to form complex. Okay, and hence this. Okay, so this is the cause, this is the effect. Cause है कि दोनों चीज रिएक्ट कर रही है इसके साथ. HGI as it is, ठीक है, HGI है. This makes it an advanced level question. Okay, so I feel that the freezing point is raised. What is the logic of that? I'm going to use yellow back here again. So you have delta TF to be I times KF times M. Okay, so delta TF initially, this is going to be some value, say 1. Okay, and यहाँ पे अब मैंने 1 डाल दिया. Since I1 is greater than I2, so delta TF1 is greater than delta TF2. मतलब कि पहले केस में फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट ज्यादा कम था. डेल्टा टीएफ इज डिप्रेशन इन फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट. तो पहले केस में डेल्टा टीएफ ज्यादा था, तो फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट वाज लोअर. नाउ आफ्टर आई एडेड एचजीआई, आफ्टर एडिंग एचजीआई थोड़ा सा आगे हो गया है. मतलब फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट, depression in freezing point has become less, the actual freezing point has increased. If you want to draw this on a small neat little graph, we can do that as well. एक ही आधा मिनट लगेगा इसको ड्राफ्ट में ड्रॉ करने के लिए. ठीक है, ठीक है. This was this thing. This is say pure solvent. ठीक है, इसके बाद आया ये. ठीक है, दिस इज 1. जहां पे बहुत ज्यादा उसने लोअर कर दिया. This has lowered the vapor pressure quite a lot in case of 1. What is 2? 2 is somewhere in between. This has lowered the vapor pressure but a little bit less because I2 is low. Now you see, this is our interest wala point. This was the initial TF. This is pure solvent का freezing point. मतलब this is around 100 degrees Celsius. Cool? अब देखो, यहां पे येलो लाइन सबसे पीछे आ गई, ग्रीन लाइन बीच में कहीं पे आ गई, which means that now freezing point has raised. Green is basically final and this is initial. Interesting question. If both the ions are reacting, तो मतलब number of particles कम हो गए ना पिंक. K plus I minus जुड़ करके एक एंटिटी बना रहे हैं. Earlier I2 was 2, I1 was 2. I2 is lower than 2. You understand? Association is happening. So in I1, if I were to put it simply, I1 में dissociation हो रहा था, I2 में association हो रहा है. You understand? Hence I2 is lower than I1. And I've given you by this graph also कि क्या है फंडा and all of this. Give me a quick thumbs up and we'll move ahead. This is why I feel it is raised. We can also look through a solution given here, but I'm quite confident of this. What do you think? दिस इज अ डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन. मैंने शुरुआत में बोला था, देन आई थॉट ट्राई टू लीड यू अस्ट्रे बाय सेइंग कि आसान है, बट नो, दिस इज डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन. ग्रेट, इसको चेंज कराना पड़ेगा. इट इज डेफिनेटली रेज्ड मैन. या सॉरी अबाउट द ऐप बीइंग वियर्ड. इज डेफिनेटली रेज्ड, डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. ओ माय गॉड डूड, दिस इसमें सॉल्यूशन सही लिखा है बट गलत वाला आंसर मार्क है. रुको, ये भी भेजा जाए. बट गुड, आई होप यू अंडरस्टूड कि इट शुड बी दिस. डोंट वरी, जो एक्चुअल आपको पीडीएफ मिलेगा उसमें सही आंसर ही मार्क है. एंड आई ऑल्सो एक्सप्लेन टू यू व्हाई इट शुड बी दिस. ये वाला भी फ्रीजिंग पॉइंट रेज होना चाहिए. कूल, गुड. क्यूए हो रहा है आपका साइड बाय साइड. लेट मी मार्क द राइट आंसर ऑन द presentation in front of me. Freezing point is raised. Let me remove this for a second and you will see that right here. See, I've marked it over here. Freezing point is raised. बढ़िया, आगे बढ़ा जाए. चलो, लगता है डिफिकल्टी कम हो जाएगी बिकॉज इन महाशय के हिसाब से गड़बड़ हो गया सवाल. ठीक है, चलो एक आसान सा सवाल आ गया. सेमी परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन इज दैट विच परमिट्स द पैसेज ऑफ. चार ऑप्शंस हैं. ये तो थियोरी है, बट थियोरी के बारे में सोच के करिए. दिस इज इजी थियोरी. You don't have to think about it too much. But even if you don't remember, इसको लॉजिक से कर सकते हैं. लॉजिकल आइडिया है. लॉजिकल आइडिया है. Semi-permeable membrane is that which permits the passage of solute molecules only, solvent molecules only. देखो पॉइंट क्या होता है सेमी परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन का. पॉइंट, व्हाट इज सेमी परमिएबल मेम्ब्रेन? यू रिमेंबर दिस? थोड़ा थ्योरी कर लें क्या? थोड़ी सी थ्योरी कर लेते हैं. Let me check the chat very quickly. See, दोनों पिंक फ्लावर अगर दोनों को जाने देता है तो मेम्ब्रेन ही नहीं हुआ ना. If it is letting both things pass, then it's not really a membrane. It should be one of those things. I feel it should be this, not this and not this. Why not this and this? Because अगर दोनों नहीं जाने देना है तो सेमी परमिएबल नहीं होगा. Then there is a plastic thing, that's a physical thing in the middle, stopping everything from flowing. सेमी परमिएबल मतलब एक चीज को जाने देता है, दूसरे को नहीं जाने देता है. सो लॉजिक के हिसाब से जो छोटे पार्टिकल्स हुए वो चले जाएंगे, बड़े पार्टिकल्स विल बी स्टॉप्ड. लॉजिक. नॉर्मली क्या होता है ना, सॉल्वेंट पार्टिकल्स आर सिग्निफिकेंटली स्मॉलर. लिक्विड है ना, लिक्विड चला जाएगा. बड़े सॉलिड के पार्टिकल्स स्टॉप हो जाएंगे. सो फ्रॉम दैट लॉजिक इट शुड बी द सोल्यूट पार्टिकल्स दैट गेट स्टॉप्ड. दैट्स इट. इट्स एज सिंपल एज दैट, है ना. सोल्यूट पार्टिकल्स. इट परमिट्स द पार्टिकल. परमिट्स मतलब सॉल्वेंट, सही है. इट स्टॉप्स सोल्यूट, परमिट्स सॉल्वेंट. सही बोला, सही बोला, बढ़िया. Boiling point of 0.2 molar kilogram solution of X in water is greater than equal to Y. Which of the following statements is true? ठीक है. Nice, nice, nice. ये वाला सवाल ट्राई करते हैं. I'll put a screenshot of this. You guys please try this out as well. Doable question. If you write it down in 30 seconds, you'll be able to solve it. There's not too much. क्या बोलते हैं इसको, बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड नहीं है. 0.2 मोल पर किलोग्राम. इट डजंट मैटर 0.2 जो भी हो, द एक्चुअल वैल्यू डज नॉट मैटर. बट वी आर जस्ट सेइंग दैट boiling point of, say, okay, let's say X and Y. Solution X, solution Y. Molarity is say X इसका Y हो गया. ठीक है. That's interesting, right? What is boiling? Delta TB. Delta TB is I KB times M. Now they've said that mx equal to my. अगर ये दोनों सेम है, थोड़ा कट रहा है, right? Let me write that again. This is given, right? Because it says equimolar solution. सबसे ऊपर equimolar लिखा है. Same molarity. Molality same होगी. So the only thing that's different is going to be I. So Ix is not equal to Iy. Clearly, right? और किसकी ज्यादा है? Boiling point of X is water. X is higher. ऊपर थोड़ा जाता हूँ रुको. Says boiling point of X is higher than that of Y. So this is increase in boiling point, right? So Ix should be greater than Iy, which means कि X dissociates more, right? Or if it doesn't, I don't know what this is. It just has more particle. I don't know if it dissociates more or not. I mean, it could be a thing that furnishes 3 ions and dissociates less. So I is more, that's for sure. Okay. So let's cross out option, the first one. Molecular mass of X is less than now. That's immaterial. Molecular mass कम हो ज्यादा हो क्या फर्क पड़ता है? Molality तो same है, तो कोई I don't know. Y is undergoing dissociation in water while X undergoes no change. B भी गलत है. Because अगर Y undergoes dissociation and X does not, then Iy will be greater than Ix. But it is given here that Ix is greater than Iy. So X is undergoing dissociation. I like this one. ये वाला सही है ना? मुझे C लगता है सही होगा. I like this. आदर्श राज, मैं तो काम करता हूं कंपनी में. I have the app from my tech friends. That's why it's saying update. मेरा पुराना वर्जन है, तो इसीलिए मैं स्क्रीन शेयर कर पा रहा हूं. मैं स्क्रीन शेयर किस लिए कर रहा हूं आदर्श, उस पर फोकस करो ना. आई एम स्क्रीन शेयरिंग सो दैट यू गेट द ऐप एक्सपीरियंस. लॉट ऑफ पीपल डोंट इवन नो दैट दिस ब्यूटीफुल थिंग्स आर ऑन द ऐप, तो इसलिए बताना चाहता हूं. और ये सब फ्री है भाई, कोई भी कर सकता है. खैर एनीवे, मोहम्मद शोएब बोल रहे हैं डी मॉलिक्यूलर मास. मोहम्मद शोएब जी, ए और डी डोंट मैटर. आई फील मॉलिक्यूलर मास का कोई मायना यहाँ पे नहीं रखता है, बिकॉज as I told you, molality is the same. So molecular mass has no meaning in it. Okay, cool. So I should be different. I feel it should be C. What do you think? Pink, Mohammed Shoaib, Adarsh bhai, tum bhi bata do since you are here. What do you think? I think it should be C. Shall we look at the answer? Dekhte hain. X is undergoing dissociation. I've told you why. Detail mein bataya. Yo, you got a hard one right. All right, great. For equimolar solution, elevation boiling point will be higher if the solution undergoes dissociation. You understand question? ठीक है, I'll repeat. Pink, it says the boiling point of 0.2 molar solution of X in water. Actually, yeah, you're right. Actually, सबसे पहली बात है क्वेश्चन में दिया क्या है. What is given in the question? And to understand that, okay. So it is saying that the first line says this. This is given that molality of X is equal to molality of Y. Okay. That is given. Also, it is given that boiling point of X is greater than boiling point of Y. This is also given. How is it possible that both of these are true? 1 and 2. So for that we look at this. This is the approach of the question. Approach में हम लोग expression लिखते हैं delta T by I K B times M. So the only possibility is कि IB, this is the, what do you call it, approach as well. This is the conclusion. This is the conclusion, right? The conclusion is that Ix cannot be equal to Iy, and in this case it must be greater because of this that's given. ठीक है? नाना जी नहीं कर पा रहे हो login? Did you put a password and you forgot about it or what? Nana, ping me on IT scam. I'll try to help you out with it. Yes, I do customer support on the side for fun. At least for you guys. जो लोग आके मुझे पिंग करते हैं. I teach chem on where do we go? Discord or Telegram. Yeah, ping me here and I'll try and help you out with that. Yeah, cool. Are we good, ping? This is why it should be this right here. All right, let's go to the next one. Yeah, K has to be constant. No, ping. K will be constant. No, K क्यों बदलेगा? K has to be constant. It's the same solution, right? Let me go back and show you this. मैंने screenshot लेके रखा था. Pink is the same solution. पानी में तो है हो रहा है, right? Yeah. We are assuming the solvent is the same. Yeah, okay, great. Thanks for that pointing out. We are assuming solvent is same. I'll write that down as well. A different color so that it's very obvious. Cool. आगे बढ़ते हैं. इसमें से कौन सी चीजें ऑयल को डिसॉल्व कर सकती हैं? वाह, व्हाट अ क्वेश्चन. We can have more than one correct answer. How many of these will dissolve oil? Tail, oil. What is oil? Oil, oil and water don't mix. So H2O तो गलत है. इसको मैं स्क्रीनशॉट लेता हूं, रुको, before I forget. ये आ गया. ये सेशन थोड़ा लंबा हो गया ना. Do you guys want a break? Let me know if you want a break. We can take a break if you want. I thought करते हैं भाई, आराम से करेंगे, जितना सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. We'll solve as many questions as possible. B and D. Shoaib, I like it. Pink says B. Okay. CS2. CS2 I like. Why do I like CS2? Because it is apolar, aprotic. ठीक है. But aprotic doesn't matter. But apolar is important. Okay. What is the logic here? बिल्कुल सही. What's the approach? The approach here is that oil is non-polar. And let's go with the whole like dissolves like thingy. Right? This is clearly polar. This is also polar. So I agree with Seth when they say B and D. Yes, JM, absolutely right. So CS2, which is carbon disulfide, and butane also should be right. Yes, Saifi. Sorry, Shoaib Saifi ji, bilkul sahi, B and D. Pink, do you see why it's B and D? JM, it's B and D as well. Yeah, that's it. Going with the whole polarity and all of that. Butane is non-polar, etc., etc. CS2, Q non-polar is CS2 is like CO2, right? If you remember organic, क्या बोलते हैं, if you have done chemical bonding with me और generally कहीं पे भी किया है, I have told you that when you have three atoms, it is either going to be linear or it is going to be bent. Bent होगा case में of things like water. और see, even complicated things like I 3 minus, ये भी linear होता है. There's only two possibilities, either linear or bent. So you have to know a little bit of chemical bonding to do this, because CS2 is non-polar. It comes from this. If you've forgotten कि CS2 polar है कि नहीं है, then that's where you get this from. Look at that. We are almost at the end. Now we have some more things to do. Labs कर लिए हमने, अब रेस करेंगे. बहुत करना हमने. चलो सही है. Here's one more question. Do you want a break? Let me know if you guys want a break or something. Yeah, we can take a 2-3 minute break. Let's do that. It's 9:57. We'll come back in 3 minutes. और हम लोग 15-20 मिनट और करेंगे. Don't worry. We'll finish by 10:30. That's my plan. ठीक है. So let's take a 3 minute break. और ठीक है. Now it becomes 2 minutes. 21:58. कहीं मत जाना. 2 मिनट बाद आते हैं. थोड़ा फ्रेश हो लो. Walk around. Get some water. Use a washroom. Whatever. Come back. 2 minutes. We'll be back. ठीक है. तब तक आप ये question भी try करो on the chat if you want. Cool. So 2 minutes. We will be right back. BRP at 10 p.m. Cool? Yes, Aryan, absolutely. You don't need pink. ठीक है, that's good. 2 minutes. आता हूं मैं. तब तक आप ट्राई करिए. Pink, you try this question out. Yeah, try solving this. ऑल राइट, शुरू किया जाए. लेट मी मूव टू द अदर साइड. ऑल राइट, सो एन अनओपन्ड, one second, this guy is stuck here. An unopened soda can has a concentration of CO2 at 25 degrees Celsius equal to something, some value. Shoaib Saifi, I like that answer. Shoaib, are you sure it is not A? And how do you get to this answer? Please बताइए मुझे. ये वाला थोड़ा सा tricky है. In the sense, this is what you usually write, right? हम लोग नॉर्मली ये लिखते हैं. अब इस एक्सप्रेशन के हिसाब से KH का यूनिट होगा बार पर मोलार, right? According to this expression. But look at the units given over here. यहां पे यूनिट्स दिए हुए हैं as मोलार per bar. मतलब the expression we are using now is this and not this. This is the most important part about this question. Yeah, Henry's law, absolutely. But I like what Saifi did. I like what Shoaib Saifi did. He was awesome. He figured it out. We have to use this and not this. Yes, units का game है. सही बोले आप, बिल्कुल सही बोले. So I'm gonna put another color here and say कि not this. ठीक है, and we use this. बढ़िया, good job, dude. I like it. I absolutely love it. So क्या निकाला हम लोग को? Pressure क्या था? 0.05 divided by 0.034, मतलब भाई 1.5 के आसपास हो जाएगा. Only answer that matches is B. Good job. बढ़िया. ऐप खोली जाए. That's what we're going to do, right? एक क्वेश्चन यहाँ का और 3-4 सवाल ऐप के, वो पूरा जो उसका वो होता है ना. Resume practice. Hi. रावण भाई साहब. 3 बंदे कुछ चीजें बोल रहे हैं. A scene in a fantasy chemistry lab. Faraday was measuring concentration of different solutes in different solutions. But वो भूल गए भाई फॉर्मूला क्या है. तो उन्होंने पूछा अपने दोस्तों से. फैराडे ने अपने दोस्तों से पूछा, सर हम्फ्री डेवी, बॉयल, हेनरी कैवेंडिश. बॉयल का पूरा नाम मैं भूल गया, बट लेट्स जस्ट कॉल हिम मिस्टर बॉयल एंड मिस्टर कैवेंडिश. इन दोनों तीनों ने बोला कि हम्फ्री डेवी सेड मोलैरिटी इज द नंबर ऑफ मोल्स ऑफ सोल्यूट डिसॉल्व्ड इन 1 लीटर ऑफ सॉल्वेंट. अच्छा. बॉयल ने बोला मोलैरिटी इज नंबर ऑफ मोल्स इन सोल्यूट डिसॉल्व्ड इन 1 kg ऑफ सॉल्वेंट. एंड कैवेंडिश ने बोला नॉर्मैलिटी इज इक्विवेलेंट्स डिवाइडेड बाय 1 लीटर ऑफ सॉल्यूशन. तो फैराडे को किसकी बात सुननी चाहिए? डेवी, बॉयल, कैवेंडिश? नन ऑफ देम. व्हाट डू यू थिंक? या एग्जैक्टली पिंक. भाई सही बोला आपने. इसमें क्या करें? दिस इज कैन बी मोर देन वन करेक्ट. ऑल ऑफ देम. पिंक सेज ऑल ऑफ देम. ठीक है. I'm going to quickly take the screenshot of this and we'll analyze a little bit. थोड़ा बहुत एनालाइज करना पड़ेगा इसमें. Here we go. Okay. So to analyze this, I've put everything over here. अब देखो ये भाई साहब क्या बोल रहे हैं. Molarity is moles of solute divided by 1 liter of solvent. This is wrong. It should be 1 liter of solution. You see? So you should not be trusting Davy as such. So Davy भाई साहब गए. So it cannot be all either. D which was all, वो भी गया. ठीक है. Boyle बोल रहा है molality is number of moles of solute 1 kg of solvent. This is good to go. Cavendish बोला normality is number of equivalents of solute in 1 liter of solution. ये भी ठीक है. According to me, it is Boyle and Cavendish. What do you guys think? आप लोग जो बोलोगे that we will mark. Yeah, pink it can't be all. Shoaib, what do you think? Right? Davy is wrong. We can't mark Davy. What do you think? Shall I mark this? Yeah, mark किया जाए इसको. I think we should. I think we can mark. Oh, you can't see my screen. Hold on. I feel I'm going to mark these two. Is that okay? Yeah, shall we do that? Or it can't be all. भाई साहब जिनकी फोटो में शायद रोहित शर्मा है, वेरी नाइस. आप भी ट्राई करिए और नाम थोड़ा अच्छा रख के आइए. भगवान का नाम रखिए. दानव के नाम क्यों रख के आते हैं? Yeah, it's clearly these two. Let's go to the next one. Sugar dissolves in water due to formation of. Wow, this is a slightly tough question, bro. Why does sugar dissolve in water? Covalent bonds, ionic bonds, coordinate bonds, hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bonding sounds legit, sounds doable. Hydrogen bonding actually is like, yeah, I think that could work. I think that could work. The others, however, oof. आपको क्या लगता है? चैट में थोड़ा एक्टिव हो जाइए, बताइए. Please, please, please. Let's go. Let's try this out. Excuse the random, all of this. Bangalore ka mausam helps with perennial allergies. So, yeah. What do you think? Yeah, I think it's hydrogen bonding. I don't think it's that hard. It's hydrogen bonding. Polyhydroxy compounds. All right, pink. Pink. Pink is still confused about that one. Huh? Saurav says C. Coordinate bonds. That's interesting. One person saying coordinate bonds. 3 people saying hydrogen bonding. I'm counting myself in the third person. Coordinate bonds. I don't see that happening. I mean, see, when you talk about hydration, we talk about hydrogen bonding itself, right? Maybe you have to revise hydration or kya idea hai, but that's what it's going to be. Okay, hold on. I'm going to pop up the next question so you guys can try it. Value of gas constant R is what? ये भी direct ही है. इसको आप try करो. While I go ahead and look at the solution, show the solution of this thing to pink. फिर से एक बार. Pink, देखो मैंने यहाँ पे क्या लिखा है. See, the question still on my thing, so everybody else solving can still look at it. Pink, look at this question जो आप पुराना वाला बोल रही थी, right? देखो यूनिट्स क्या है. अभी ये शोएब ने बोला भी था यूनिट्स का गेम है, right? What did he mean? The units of KH are molal per kg per bar. But if I took this वाला P equal to KH times X, K की यूनिट आती bar per molal, which is not the case. That's not the case. तो यूनिट के हिसाब से you have to decide which equation to use. You could use this or this. दोनों यूज कर सकते हैं, ठीक है? ये या ये. तो be careful. Usually you will use this only, but कभी कभी वो भी आ सकता है. I mean, sorry, usually you use that. कभी कभी ये भी आ सकता है. This is one example of that. All right. इसका A होगा, C होगा या D होगा? A या C? नहीं, मतलब pink. In that question, only that one was correct. The second one. Pink, usually, it could be usually the first one. P equal to KH times X is usually, because आजकल NCERT के बाहर कुछ चीजें पूछ नहीं रहे, तो unlikely है कि ये सब करेंगे, right? But hey, I want to prepare you for anything, right? Maybe for JEE, maybe for NEET, maybe for IIT, BITSAT, जो भी एग्जाम है, कहीं पे भी करिए, एप्लीकेशन सब जगह होगा. Okay, talking about application सब जगह होगा. ये AIEEE का पुराना सवाल है. And this is like, bro, all of these are like सबकी वैल्यू सही है. All these values of R are correct. But value actually क्या होगी? Let's go with SI unit. To keep it simple. See, that's it. सोचने की जरूरत नहीं. Yeah, it's C. The reason it's not D, Shoaib, is that it's not the SI unit. Otherwise, all the other values are correct, है ना, Shoaib? पहली वाली भी सही है, अगर लेटा एटमॉस्फेयर में लो. दूसरी वाली भी सही है, if you take it in calories, and last one, they're all correct, Shoaib, right? And this is an actual question from AIEEE. पहले AIEEE अजीब सा हुआ करता था, मतलब कुछ भी थोड़े here and there questions पूछ लेते थे. Anyway, okay, here's another one. इसमें से सबसे ज्यादा osmotic pressure किसका होगा? This one easy. This is easy. This is 10 second में करने वाला सवाल. So if you take more time, I will not mind. You can take as much time as you need. It's okay. We're not time bound, but in the actual test, this is a 10-second question, bro. देखो, mark the answer, move on. Calorie 1 is incorrect. Oh, R की वैल्यू 0.9 दी गई थी क्या? रुको. Yes, calorie 1 is incorrect. सही बोला आपने. Calorie 1 should be, I'm marking it somewhere else. उसको छोड़ो आप लोग इसको देखो. इस क्वेश्चन को देखो. This should be 2. You're right. So A, C and D are all correct. Yeah, ठीक है, समझ गया. Okay. सौरभ, कोऑर्डिनेशन कंपाउंड्स में थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. If you are looking for coordination, I have done some parts of it last year. आधा मैंने किया था, उसके बाद I think we came very close to exam, so I started different series. You can check it out on the bento link sort of. What about this one? Pink says C. Yeah, I think it should be C as well. This is a no-brainer. Why is it C? Because iska I is going to be greater than 1, whereas all of these, and in fact, even if this I is greater than 1, but this is, let's assume full dissociation. So pi equal to ICRT. And if you assume full dissociation, BaCl2 is going to be equal to 3, and HCl is going to be equal to 2. And yeah, baki dono are 1 and 1. Yeah, see, I agree. Doubts hai? Saurav, may I suggest something? Higher number of particles obtained, higher dissociation. Sure, higher osmotic pressure. ये वाला सवाल देखो, Saurav, and if you have doubts, come check out my Discord channel. I'll show you this. After we do this, ये वाला हम लोग कर लें. This is the last question. After we do this, I'll show you my Discord channel. You can come and join it. Ask as many doubts as you like. जितना doubts को पूछना है पूछो, है ना? And people will answer. Sometimes I'll answer. If maths, physics, chemistry, bio, कोई भी doubt पूछो भाई. I'm gonna put the screenshot of this question. Give me a second. This is interesting. एक से ज़्यादा सही हो सकता है ना इसमें. Are we close to time? हाँ, थोड़ा टाइम बाकी है, 15 मिनट बाकी है. Okay, I am mixing कुछ मोल्स ऑफ A, कुछ मोल्स ऑफ B. दोनों लिक्विड को मिक्स कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, आगे पढ़ते हैं. फोन पे पढ़ते हैं सीधे. Hurts my neck to look down and read. Okay, and PA and PB are partial pressures of two constituents. ठीक है. Vapor pressures ठीक है. PT is a total pressure. अब कौन से रिलेशनशिप सही है? अच्छा. So I'll tell you how to do this. ठीक है. This is just a standard this thing, all of that. This is fine. Yes, question समझ में आ गया what the question is saying? They are saying what is given. Let me write down छोटे में short में दे देता हूँ. You got two volatile liquids. ठीक है. That's fine. There are two volatile liquids. Is that okay? That's the first point. Okay. Everything else we can figure out. That's okay. Approach क्या होगी? And they are ideal. There's also another given. कहीं पे लिखा है ideal. मुझे लगता है ideal होना चाहिए. Let's assume they are ideal. अभी के लिए let's assume they are ideal. Because सब जगह देखो equal to sign लिखा है. अगर greater than less than होता, then we would talk about non-ideality. सब जगह equal to sign है, so let's assume they are ideal. Okay. What is the approach? Approach is कि both of these are going to be followed. Dalton's law and Raoult's law. अब इन दोनों को आप लिखो. What is Dalton's law? That partial pressures are additive, right? So P1 plus P2 is equal to PT. Now इसमें दो ही substances हैं. What is P1 equal to? Now that comes from Raoult's law. P1 is P01 into X1 plus P02 into X2. ठीक है? Okay, great. So from what I get is that option B is going to be eliminated. क्यों? क्योंकि PT is not P0A plus P0B. It is PA plus PB. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? देखो ये जो ग्राफ था, you remember this graph? Straightforward for ideal systems, right? Actually, even for non-ideal it works, but let's assume it's ideal. Just to not complicate things, हम लोग उस ideal systems को लेते हैं. Say this is A, this is B, so this is XA equal to 0, this is XB, नहीं उल्टा लिख दिया मैंने, XB equal to 0, here you can make the graph however you want, ठीक है, but इधर मैं ये ले रहा हूँ XB equal to 0, so सिर्फ A है, तो this is P0A इस तरफ and this is P0B, ठीक है. इसका ये मतलब हुआ क्या कि at any point, right, say here PT will be equal to PA plus PB, which means this right here is PB and this tiny point right here is PA. Okay, उन दोनों को ऐड करेंगे, not P0, so B is wrong. Okay, ठीक है. And what is X1 and X2? This is mole fraction. What is this? This is Na by Na plus Nb. मेरे सर के थोड़ा पीछे चला गया. Let me look at chat. I have not been looking chat for the last couple of minutes. Yes, Shoaib AC, Pink Flood saying C, Saurav is AC. A and C, I agree. Pink A is also correct. Pink A is from Dalton's law. ठीक है? And यार डाल्टन्स लॉ आपके सिलेबस से हटा दिया गया है क्योंकि सॉलिड क्योंकि गैसियस स्टेट नहीं करना चाहिए बट नहीं करो भाई गैसियस स्टेट करो यू कैन स्किप द रियल गैसेस पार्ट बट आई थिंक यू विल नीड इट एनीवे वो केटीजी काइनेटिक थ्योरी ऑफ गैसेस में एनीवे वो सब आएगा ठीक है सो डोंट स्किप इट इज माय सजेशन तो ए एंड सी शुड बी द आंसर राइट परफेक्ट तो राउल्ट्स लॉ और डाल्टन्स लॉ दोनों को हम लोग लिखेंगे ये स्टेज खत्म थोड़ा टाइम बाकी है we still have some time should we continue एक दो छोटे छोटे सवाल कर लेते हैं here is the next one ग्राफ वाला सवाल I like graph questions they are interesting they make you think and they are good fun too चलो since I'll talk about the app a little bit I'll show you Discord सब करेंगे ये सवाल पहले कर लो choose the graph that shows the correct variation of P versus 1 by T ln P sorry log P versus 1 by T, where P is the vapor pressure of the liquid at temperature T. Excuse me. Assume delta H vaporization of the liquid to be positive. कैसे किया जाए इसको? It's saying, yeah, delta H vaporization positive makes sense. I give it energy for it to vaporize. ठीक है, this makes sense. Do you know this? कैसे किया जाए इसको? How do we start this question? Okay, I have done this in my theory section. If you have attended them, I have done them. I know मैं नी चैनल पे कर रहा हूँ बट वो थियोरी देख सकते हो बहुत प्यारी थियोरी है सिंपल राइट इफ आई हैव से x it's going from liquid to x as a gas what is k equal to and this has a pressure of p right so kp is simply going to be equal to this pressure itself right you okay with this the vapor pressure that's all we're talking about okay at all temperatures doesn't matter what temperature कोई भी temperature है equilibrium है exist करेगा I'm not talking about boiling right any temperature boiling is a special case then atmospheric pressure is equal to vapor pressure and all that ठीक है okay now for this equilibrium I can go ahead and say that delta G is equal to delta G not specifically is equal to minus RT ln K why did I write this you know this expression right that delta G is delta G naught plus RT ln Q. Now at equilibrium, I will say this is equal to 0 and I will say that Q is equal to K. ये दोनों चीजें मैं बोलूंगा and from that I get this. I don't like drawing a line across these beautiful graphs, right? So from 1 you get this. Okay, अब क्या किया जाए? अब ये P को यहाँ डाल दो. So delta G naught is what? Delta H minus P delta S naught equal to minus RT ln P. Now you see where we're going with this. ठीक है, we'll assume delta S का contribution नहीं है, नहीं बदलता है, ठीक है, इसको हटा दो, ठीक है. But either way, this is basically some constant. This is some constant. So ln P versus 1 by T is going to be a straight line with a negative graph. Hence it is C. Very nice, Saurav and Shoaib. आप जब तक मैं explain कर रहा था, आप लोगों ने figure out कर लिया, ठीक है. इस एक्सप्रेशन जो मैंने मेरे सर के पीछे लिखा है मैंने जो भी डिराइव किया है उसके हिसाब से दिस व्हाट इट शुड बी कूल एंड यू सी इट्स नथिंग ग्रेट एट ऑल कुछ नहीं बड़ी बात है पीपल मेक सो मच ह्यू एंड क्राई अबाउट दीज थिंग्स बट these are not complicated things you just have to make a little bit of effort in doing things from first principles जो मैंने सब फर्स्ट प्रिंसिपल किया वी लिटरली डिड द थ्योरी सब किया यहाँ पे मजा आया ना मुझे तो काफी मजा आया सेशन करने में थोड़ा लंबा हो गया सेशन लॉन्गर देन यूजुअल आई थिंक दिस वाज ग्रेट Okay, somebody said they had doubts. Who was that? Saurav. Saurav said they had doubts, right? Okay. Let me quickly show you complex. किसी formula से complex कैसे बनता है? Coordination is bugging Saurav. Huh? Saurav, I don't know of a trick. मतलब मैं आपका क्वेश्चन पूरी तरह समझा नहीं. If you're saying कि if I give you something, will you be able to tell me what is the formula? I don't think I'll be able to do that. ठीक है, that is a little bit hard. Oh, there are some awesome people teaching something there. There's some good time pass happening there as well. Hold on, I'm gonna go on into screen sharing. एक second रुको. कहाँ गया? Discord. Hey. Okay, cool. Are you able to see my screen now? Yeah. This is my Discord channel. Oh, there are some other teachers who also ping their stuff here. And yeah, there are other lot of activity goes on. But you're talking about doubts, right? Specifically, here is the doubt section and has lots of doubts, hundreds of doubts. I think around close to 500-600 doubts. People solve them, and once somebody solves them, then they get credit for it. ये वाले बंदे को मैंने पूछा था भाई तूने किया नहीं किया है. Let's look at something that is actually solved from differentiability. Yeah, maths का भी चीज़ है. You can pick up whatever. Basically, you can ask as many doubts as you like. People solve it, and yeah. Oh, this is another maths teacher. His name is Pirate. Yeah, I know, Pirate, right? Funny. Anyway, so you can check this out if you like. You can join it. And this is something that I run. It's not run by the company. But if you have any doubts, you can just come here and ask them, and yeah, people will respond to them. The link is on the description and also pinned over here. Okay, cool. Hold on. Just one sec. I'm trying to find my bearing. Discord बंद किया जाए. Okay, cool. Negative slope of straight line equation. Yes, sure. बिल्कुल सही. Saurav, I don't know what you mean by that. मुझे समझ में नहीं आया. But you go there, you ask, we'll see. ठीक है? And since I'm not talking about coordination right now, it won't be fair to people who are not watching this live. To them, suddenly, yeah, why is he talking about something coordination? I know it's relevant to you and not random, but yeah, I'm gonna have to direct you there if you want to do that. Okay? Chalo. Here is my awesome app. फिर से my awesome screen. App is always awesome, but this is my awesome screen. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about the app. Right? Somebody was talking about कौन सा app है क्या है. बीच में एक दो लोग आके चले गए. So this right here, right? So what have we done so far? We have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have done laps ना. हाँ तो बस रेस बाकी है. बाकी हमने कर दिया 1, 2, 3, 4. मतलब 20 सवाल हम लोगों ने किए हैं approximately. So you can check out your performance. It looks like we have got 90 correct because of your help. 90% correct, right? So you can actually go into this. You can check solutions. You can do all of this. कितना correct था, कितना गलत था, etc., etc. And I think there's a more detailed analysis. Oh, that's for the test. Tests have a more detailed analysis, right? You can do that as well. So there are 10 tests in this. If you go to, then there's some PYQs as well from JEE Main, JEE Advanced. And मैंने अभी ये JEE Main वाला select किया है cohort. If you have not downloaded the app, if you download it for the first time, I'll tell you what you want to do. Do you want to do JEE? Do you want to do NEET? If you pick NEET, you will get a different set of questions because the difficulty is different, right? So if you want JEE, select the JEE thing and you will get relevant things here. So if you select NEET, यहाँ पे NEET का भी लिखा हुआ आएगा, right? But anyway, ठीक है, cool. That's plain formula to complex NEET. Shoaib समझा नहीं आपकी बात. अच्छा आप लोग उसकी बात करो, ठीक है. So that's how that works. You can start test. No, don't start the test. I won't start it. You'll get to see the solution of the actual this thing. And if you want to check out the videos, as always, there are brilliant videos here. At the end of every chapter, there are a lot of practice sets. So yeah, these are old videos that I've been in. Nitika is solving some questions here. Lots and lots of practice happening here. But yeah, this part, the video part, if you access some of it, it gets paid थोड़ी देर बाद. ठीक है. Yeah, wow, what is this? Electrochemistry. 90 minutes मैंने किया है, फिर कार्तिक ने भी किया है कुछ. Kinetics. Yeah, so all of this is there on the app. You can check it out. And yeah, I think next solid state किया जाए क्या? Solid state मैंने नहीं किया because it's a JEE advanced topic. If you want me to solve solid state, let me know in the comment कि solid state करना है. ठीक है. अगर आप चाहते हो अभी करूं या बाद में करना है, इसके भी already काफी चीजें हैं. But hey, Rajat, that's my manager. Oh, awesome. He's done solid state. I think he's done 2 things. बहुत पीछे पड़ के इनसे करवाया था, इनको टाइम निकलवा के. These are old videos, but this is awesome. He's still on it. It's good to see him. Anyway, if you want me to do solid state next, let me know. I haven't planned solid state. I just realized because it's a very advanced topic. But अगर करना है तो मुझे बताओ. Pink, okay. SPDF configuration hybridization, right? That's what Chirag. इसलिए मैंने अभी तक solid state नहीं किया because I thought it will be different from you guys. ठीक है. So Chirag, you guys ping me. You know where to find me, right? You tell me maybe around Jan or something. If you are giving the exam अभी 25 में, JEE Main के बाद maybe Jan में कर लेंगे. Practice करना है तो कर लेंगे session तभी कर लेंगे. Solid state का अगर आप if you want to watch the videos that I have done already. ठीक है, solid state की बात हो गई. Anyway, solutions is how you go here. Any other chapter? We have done कितने? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's race and marathon है उसके बाद which you guys can do. Marathon is basically unlimited. Okay, so see in warm up and all, there are around 5 questions, right? अच्छा, I can't open it or what? Okay. If I go to resume practice right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 सवाल है और खत्म कर लिया तो हो जाता है. And if I saw this right now and I end it, you will get a different question. Like you won't get the same question again. ठीक है? Somebody, okay. These are funny questions. So every time I resume, we'll get a different question. ठीक है? There are lots of questions, hundreds of questions. Everything has a doubt and all that. So it's pretty awesome. Check the app out. Oh, that's my home screen. I have a blank home screen. ओके, थैंक यू एवरीबडी फॉर योर टाइम, इट वाज ऑसम। थोड़ा सा लंबा मैंने सेशन किया। Also, let me know in the comments if you would prefer that I do these longer sessions of 2 hours, or is it too much? Like we be doing sessions from 11 in the morning to 10:30 in the night. Do you want 1 hour sessions? Do you want 2 hour sessions? Let me know in the chat or ping me on this thing. It'll help me plan out how to do these in the future. ठीक है? Thank you everybody for your time. मिलते रहेंगे हम लोग, बहुत मजा आया इसको करके। I'll send you these notes and all that on Telegram and on Discord and everywhere else. Okay. See you all. Bye. Good night. Have an awesome Thursday. कल ही मिलूंगा मैं नीच चैनल पे, परसों फिर से यहाँ पे आएगा, एटॉमिक स्ट्रक्चर करेंगे। बाय, गुड नाइट, टाटा।